Good afternoon from the
Thunder.
J Street Korean Grill and Barbecue, as we are joined right now as we are getting ready for this, as Josh Heupel is actually getting ready potentially for Cooper Mays to be making his start this season. He said earlier in his press conference that he anticipates Cooper Mays to have a good week of practice and be ready for the game on Saturday against Florida, but no promises. Around the NFL, you've also had a lot of injuries. J.K. Dobbins will have surgery on his Achilles, and he is done for the season. You also have other teams looking for potential additions, as one of which will not be the Chiefs, because Chiefs say that Travis Kelce is progressing well after missing the opener this week against the Lions. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air. 104.5 The Zone. Brett Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. And we've got a lot to get to today, obviously. Titans talk. Drop the opener, 16-15.
What?
In New Orleans against the Saints. We all know it. We're going to allow you, obviously, the opportunity to vent today. A lot of college football talking points as well. Big college football weekend over the weekend, and some big games coming up this weekend as well that we will get to. Brent Doherty with you. Ron Slay is here. I'll tell you where in just a second.
In the building.
This kind got no roof. This kind got no roof.
Zero.
No roof.
Zero roof.
No roof. No roof.
Even if they try to put a roof on, we will not accept it.
Broadcasting live in Hendersonville today. We'd love to see you. We'll be here until 6 o'clock. Where is here? J Street Korean Barbecue. That's where we are. And Slay, before I get into the details, you sampled lunch here today.
Yeah, man.
I sat down at the table with you and Ramon, or came over there, and there is basically a stove in the table.
Yeah, man. It's serious, man. I just gotta.
Is sample a right word, Slay? You've been here for over 3 hours.
I got here.
Yeah,
I got
sampled a lot of things.
I got here exactly 12:34, and I said right down. They came over, took my order. She explained it to me, and first of all, the server was phenomenal, great energy, walked me right through it. From 12:45 until about 2:20, I was eating food. I had 4 servings. The food was phenomenal. You cook it right there in front of you. They had the different, y'all know I'm a sauce guy, had the different sauces, unlimited vegetables that you could get. Then you had to get 2 meats. Like, I went chicken, I went to lemon pepper chicken. Then I went to, what started with a B? Bongi. I forgot how you say it. But it's got like a teriyaki sauce on the grilled chicken, boy. Woo! And I got me a lettuce wrap, put it in a lettuce wrap, made it like a taco.
I love lettuce wraps.
Oh, and the lettuce so fresh.
Yeah.
Oh, man, they were on point, man.
I can't wait
loved
to try it, man.
Oh, yeah, I ain't going to let you try it, man. You got to get your own.
There's no question. Largest TV in Hendersonville, right behind me.
Stupid.
I mean,
Like, blind man can see this. Says Stevie Wonder right here, and he would enjoy every game.
would he catch the mic stand?
Yes.
You've seen that video?
I mean, yes, he would.
Largest TV in Hendersonville, definitely a must-see as you come in here. Great bar. Look at the bar over there.
Oh, man. It's serious. It's a whole different. So that's the thing. Let me go and say this, y'all. When you drive by, don't be confused by what you're going to see. You're going to see the sign outside J Street Korean Barbecue, and you're going to be like, a little cooler restaurant. You walk in, whole different vibe. Whole different vibe.
It's upscale in here.
Oh,
and,
my gosh.
It is awesome. So they say that they cater to all of the local football fans, let's say, on the big screen TV. So if you're looking for someone that might wear orange to watch, that would be a great place to do it.
They got the private rooms, too, y'all, with TVs in the private room, so you can sit there.
Oh, I always love that.
Yeah, get your own little thing. I'm going to put a little curtain up next time I come, though, so I can really feel enclosed.
Broadcasting live, J Korean Barbecue Grill and Bar, 261 Indian Lake Boulevard. All you can eat experience, all you can eat. Maybe not your thing, small plates. Other menu meal options are available. Bar food is available if you want to come in for games and watch the huge screen with burgers, wings, loaded fries. Late night menus as well, perfect for groups and or dates. There's even a drop-in daycare next door that's open until 9 p.m. How about that?
I believe it. I put them to the test on that all-you-can-eat stuff.
Live music Friday and Saturdays from 9 until 11. Enjoy the flavors of Korea, this new, unique dining experience with amazing customer service. Check them out. We'll be here until 6 o'clock. Come see us.
And might I add, y'all know I'm on my little weight loss journey. It's light. Like it's not heavy. Like I ate 4 different servings, all the veggies, and I don't feel heavy. Like I don't feel sleepy.
You don't look heavy. You did look sleepy.
I do feel sleepy, but I'm okay. I got a Celsius. And I'm ready to go. I need to hear from these Titans fans, man. And I need to know when they calling in, are you talking from a fanatic standpoint? Or are you talking as an analyst? Or are you talking as an athlete? Or are you talking as a rider of the team?
So
I
you
need to know.
You got to define yourself.
Yeah,
before
man.
Your
Because I don't know how to rebuttal if you don't. I can't help you. If you land on the couch, I can't help you if you're not gonna do it.
615-737-1045. Let's just go ahead and turn it up.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Titans fall 16-15 in the opener, New Orleans. What is your biggest concern coming out of that game? Your evaluation as well. And by the way, when you come into J Street,
Yeah.
you're going to sit at the bar right next to us. Like,
Man.
I mean, you'll be right up on us. J Street Grill and Bar here in
Post up
Hendersonville.
with us, y'all.
So my biggest takeaway was, like, it was weird from an offensive standpoint. There was no rhythm at all. Like, from play calling to play making to anything. It almost felt like that Tim Kelly was trying to play chess, but he couldn't ever get there. He couldn't stack plays. It was almost like, I'm going to reach over here for this play, and what's next? So let's try this play, and what's next? So let's try this play. And I don't know, like, how much of that was the quarterback just not feeling comfortable because he didn't look comfortable. And so you kind of question what you can call maybe from time to time.
Yeah.
But, man, I'm telling you, everybody's focusing in on those 3 interceptions. I get it. He hadn't done that since 2015, the regular season. We all know he did it against Cincinnati in the playoffs, but in the regular season, not since 2015. But the 2 missed plays, the 2 missed shot calls that were actually schemed up, called plays that were designed before the game for specific situations, like we're going to hit him with this.
Yep.
And Chig was wide open on the flea flicker, and it looked like he rushed it, and he didn't have to at all and missed by a lot.
Yep.
And then Spears on the sideline where there's not a defender in the television shot.
Yeah.
And he leads him out of bounds and overthrows him.
And then I want to add to that. Also the corner route. He didn't go to Chig. I think he went to, was it Chris Moore in the end zone?
Chris Moore in double coverage.
Chig was right there underneath, wide open. And the safety came off of him and went to him. So I just think that right there was alarming, just because from a recognition standpoint of seeing what you see. I think one thing that was alarming as well, like you could have got those 3 interceptions and just made those plays that you just named and still won the game handily. But another thing that was concerning outside of what the low-hanging fruit is with it being Tannehill, and that was the glaring thing as well, but the separation from the receivers. New Orleans Saints corners are good. Don't get me wrong. Are they that good? Like, they were in the pocket every single time of the receiver that was going to be thrown to.
11 pass deflections. 11.
That's different.
11. So Ryan Tannehill had 18 incompletions. He was 16 of 34, which is 47%.
Yeah.
198 yards, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 18 incompletions. 11 of them, Austin Stanley from A to Z Sports texted me during Titans Talkback, League Company Titans Talkback last night with me and Kevin Dyson. We took 19 phone calls in like 2 hours.
Y'all went in.
One guy in the first segment told me and Dyson to shut the hell up.
I heard it.
I mean, first segment of the year.
Yeah, we're sick
Shut
of this.
the hell up.
We're sick of this already. Sick of this game.
But Austin Stanley texted me. It was like 11 incompletions, 3 interceptions, the 2 misses. That's 17 of the 18.
Okay. Let me add this on there, though.
And then Traylon Burks drop. That's 17 of the 18.
Let me add this on there, the 3 picks plus Marshawn Lattimore dropped one on the sideline. That's a pick. What is his name? Adebo. He dropped one. He didn't get his head around quick enough. And the one that Nick Westbrook-Akine caught on the sideline, Alontae Taylor was an inch away from getting that one. So that would have been 3 more turnovers. And the game is a game of inches, but when you're trusting what your timing is not allowing you to do, it becomes a problem. I don't know where the separation was from the receivers. I felt like watching the game, D-Hop was bracketed a lot, and you continue to go to him. You have a number 2 in Traylon Burks, who is the future that you got to plan for. Also, Chig is a guy you got to lean on. I just felt like it was so many options. Maybe we need less options.
Less is more.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? In a sense, not out there on the field, but dude, I'm going.
They just couldn't get into a spot where they were putting together first downs.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
a problem.
And so you could string plays together.
That's a problem, absolutely.
So my biggest problem was, I guess, my biggest concern is Ryan Tannehill. But behind that was, like, just the inability to get into a rhythm offensively at all. I mean, at all.
Yeah. And it's going to be difficult to come, too, Euro, because I know a lot of people saying this is why preseason mattered. I see them in the chat saying it as well. To me, and I was just talking to Big Savage about this, there's a switch also when you get to the regular season that you're not going to experience in preseason. You saw it around the league yesterday. Preseason and regular season and playoffs, 3 totally different things. 3 totally different things. Yeah, you can get a rhythm, but it's another gear you go into. All we heard from people leading up to this was, and I mean people outside of Titans media, Titans training camp, whatever it is, Mike Detillier talked about it. Greg Cosell talked about it. This line is weak up front for the New Orleans Saints. We ought to be able to run how we want to on them. That wasn't the case. Granderson was up there. Roach was talking cash money the entire game. Mm-hmm. Cam Jordan played. Yep. Skoronski and them looked like a rookie a little bit. Dillard couldn't handle his weight. So that O-line looked good in the preseason, but it's a different switch that's hit in the regular season. I asked Savage, dude, is it that much a difference? He said, yes, it is.
Well, on Derrick Henry's first 12 carries, which were 2 carries into the second half, 61 yards, over 5 yards per carry, then done. He only played 30 snaps.
That's a whole nother question.
615-737-1045 lines are loaded as we broadcast live from J Street Korean Grill and Bar in Hendersonville. We'd love to see you. We'll be here until 6 o'clock on 1045 The Zone.
What's happening, good people? Ron Slay here, man. Awaken 180. Yes, that is the journey I've been on. That's the journey I'm going to stay on. Why? Because it is for life. Yes. What program do you believe you can get on that you're going to have support for life? 0. I'm telling you this right now. After you're reaching your ideal weight, and mine was getting down to 255. That was my plan weight in college. I got back to that point. Then I was nervous. I was like, man, how do I keep the weight off? Awaken 180 made it real simple. You reach out, you call them, 844-346-1800. Get you a consultation today. That consultation is going to lead to you making a lifestyle change, and it's going to be for the best. You're going to be able to play with them nephews. You're going to be able to get out there and play with those little brothers and, you know, the kids and grandkids and whatever it is, and not have to worry about the weight. A lot of things will be fixed with this. You're going to have life support. I'm guaranteeing you. All you got to do is hit them up. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Speaking of making your home better, how about your windows and your doors? Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville can help you out. They help me out. I got new windows, new door in my townhome, and the process was amazing. I actually had a bunch of different companies come out just to see who I would go with, and it was Pella that impressed me personally the most. And then when they came and installed everything, they really impressed me. Put down, stuff so there was no dirt in my house. It was quick. It was efficient. And let me tell you this, they had an entire staff there to get it done quickly. And that's one of the things. They're locally owned and operated here. And that process of installation, it allows them to warranty their work, and it allows them to have the staff in place to support you, the customer, which is so important. They got a bunch of deals going on right now. $250 instant rebate per window, $500 instant rebate per qualified qualifying door. That ends September 30th. So go check out my friends at Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville at PellaNashville.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you, broadcasting live in Hendersonville at J Street Korean Grill and Bar. We would love to see you out here. This is an amazing place. Upscale, tons of televisions, the largest TV screen in Hendersonville. They've got sports all over the place. We're watching highlights of the Dolphins win over the Chargers. Chargers come in here next.
Yeah.
To Nashville for the home opener against the Titans. Titans a 3.5-point underdog in that game.
Mm-hmm.
They've now lost 8 regular season games in a row. I mean, the 7 last year technically have nothing to do with this team.
I was going to say.
But, fans start to be like, hey, man, it's been a while since I've seen a win.
And see, that's why I'm up here. That's why I need to know when they call in, what point of view are you talking from? Because you can't make the conversation fit your narrative. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's your point.
I do it all the time.
No, you're different. I'll let you get away with it. You're different. But I just don't know what rebuttal. So I need to know. I need to know. Are they calling to vent, or are you calling for a rebuttal and you want to answer, or you venting? Because if you're venting, this is really not a comeback or an answer for it. But if you're calling to try to get some confirmation on what the hell is going on out there, like we are, and talking through it today, then I need that to be known.
The last time the Tennessee Titans won a regular season football game was November 17th, 2022.
And you know what happened after that?
Lots of losses.
There's a lot of things that happen after that, like 24 hours after that,
that's
too.
What I'm saying. Lots of drinks, too. I'm just saying, too.
That's 10 months ago, Slay.
That's a long time. It's almost a year. There's a lot can go on.
The last time the Titans won in
baby would have been
Nashville
born.
Was November 13th against the Denver Broncos, 17-10.
A new baby was born since the last time.
Conceived and born.
Somewhere out there.
Almost.
Guaranteed. Come on, baby.
All right,
let it loose.
Real quick, we'll go to the phones. Lines are loaded. We'll get your reaction. Titans lose 16-15.
Yeah.
Chargers coming up this weekend. Rookie quarterbacks 0-3. Showed some good stuff, some not so good stuff, as you might expect with rookie quarterbacks. Carolina quarterback Bryce Young. Panthers lost to the Falcons 24-10. Bryce was 20 of 38, 146 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. The funny part about this one was he threw the first touchdown pass of his career to Hayden Hurst, who then threw the ball into the stands because he was celebrating.
Hey, you don't need this ball. Get this ball out of here. I know it's your first week.
They did go and get it. So some lucky fan, got some other stuff.
Yeah.
Houston quarterback C.J. Stroud. The Texans lost at Baltimore 25-9. Stroud was 28 of 44, 242 yards. He was sacked 5 times. Funny part about this one, his first completion was to himself.
Yeah.
His first career completion was to himself.
Bat it down and right to him. Good hands, boy. Good job, Stroud.
Indianapolis quarterback Anthony Richardson. Colts lost to the Jags 31-21. Richardson 24 of 37, 223 yards, a touchdown and interception. 10 carries, 40 yards, a touchdown. It was tough, though. They were within striking distance, trying to go take the lead late, and he threw that one interception, trailing by 3 in the fourth. He did not finish the game either.
Yeah.
Hurt his knee, I guess, early.
Said he got a bone bruise. He'll be okay.
That's what they say.
No, that's what he said, yo.
Okay.
Not they. He said I'm gonna be all right. I'll be ready to go.
I have a bone bruise.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be ready though.
They're probably like, "Hey, man,
just be quiet.
That's a lower body injury.
Yeah. Like, be quiet.
Shut it down. Yeah. Shut it.
People aiming at you.
615-737-1045. Brent Doherty, Ron Slade, Don Davenport. We'll be back tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking for Big Zeph.
Big
Who
Zeph
says Keith is next up on 3HL on a reaction Monday, probably an overreaction Monday. Let's be real here. Keith, what's up?
Hey, now y'all see why I said Tannehill can't play. Not against good defenses.
He looked completely uncomfortable yesterday. I am very concerned about him.
And he'll look better from here on out because we don't play another defense like that against. Still. But now y'all see what I said before.
Well, lots of people said it, but yeah. I got you. Thank you, Keith. Appreciate you, man.
All right,
bro.
What's the answer? You want to throw Malik out there?
I dare you.
You want to throw Levis out there?
I dare you.
It's not the answer right now, man. I know a lot of people got that thought in their head just circling around up there.
I wish.
Keep your powder dry. Is that the advice?
Hey man, listen. At the end of this day, and I can promise on this show, I'm gonna repeat it. I'm gonna repeat it at the end of the day after we get through this therapy session.
Yeah.
16 teams had to. They had to. They had no choice but to lose in week 1.
What was
16 teams had to.
I get it, but what was the stat? It was like 8 teams gave up 16 points or less, and they were 7-1. This was the only loss.
Hey, all I know is, when you look at it at the end of the day, 16 teams, your favorite team, your team you most hate, whatever, in week 1 had to lose. The journey begins.
Miami's offense against the Chargers defense that's coming up in here, 536 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's what's coming in here.
We know they got weapons.
No, I'm talking about Chargers defense gave that up.
Oh, they got it up.
So is that an opportunity for the Titans?
No. I think it's going to be different game to game. And I think that's where you get caught up in it. You get caught up in looking at who you're playing and what you can do that was perceived by the last game that you just played. This game will have a whole different identity, I believe. Coming into this Chargers game.
It will. All teams match up
yeah.
differently. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
There are yards to be had against this Chargers defense.
I think it's yards to be had against anybody. You just got to punch the right button.
I will say this. I thought the Titans defense played really well. Man, I was watching them thinking they're going to get a lot better too.
What? Hell yeah. It was still some miscues there.
How about my guy Arden Key?
Animal? Wild thing.
I mean.
Him and number 2.
Listen, Lance, the former NFL referee, called in to Titans Talkback last night, and we're gonna talk with him during this show. Mm-hmm. He called in to say that they messed up the Arden Key when Arden Key knocked the ball out of Derek Carr's hand, and they called it incomplete on the field. He said every time on that call, the officials are taught to let the play happen, and then you go to the booth.
They know they were wrong.
And so he said at that time, once it went to review, they're not going to overturn it because they would embarrass themselves.
Make the ref look bad. Mm-hmm. That's bad. That's bad. It's rather save the embarrassment and get it right more so than get it wrong. Let's do that.
At that point, the Titans would have had the ball at the 5-yard line instead of 7 points, which turned into 3 points, which turned into a 10-point swing.
And defense would have made 2 humongous plays. You took away, you got spotted 3 points by taking away with Amani Hooker on the kickoff. Excellent play. Then you come back and get that play. Like, it's so much, man, that goes into it, and you need those breaks. But it is what it is. You got to deal with it. You miss on your cues when you're hitting guys wide open to go off. Can't do that.
Man, this is a perfect place to watch football games in Hendersonville. J Street Korean Grill and Bar. We'll be here until 6 o'clock. 615-737-1045. Benny with some reaction from Clarksville. Benny, what's up?
Benny.
All right, Slay, I'm calling as trying hard to be a Titans fan because I'm a transplant to Nashville.
Okay, I like it. Thank you for clearing it up. Let us hear it.
All right. But here's my problem is you're going to have Ryan Tannehill is going to be you're not that guy this week. So he's going to be everybody's pick of you're not that guy this week. And he just isn't. And here's why yesterday was such a big game is because you're coming off of 7 losses in a row. So that was huge just to say that we had the whole offseason to fix that, but you didn't get it fixed. And, quarterbacks are going to throw 3 picks in games, but you can't do it every time. It can't happen in a big game. Mm-hmm. So, just they're kind of stuck with him this year, but for the big picture, he's just not that guy. And I got a question for Slay. How are we going to, since it's happened more than once, we got to give him a nickname with those games. So we're going to call it a hat pick or a pick trick.
Say it again. Say that one more time.
I said he's had multiple 3-pick games, so what are we going to call those? Are we going to call them a hat pick or a pick trick?
That's a Tanny pick 3. You can play that at your local corner markets, baby. A Tanny pick 3 instead of going there and say, let me get the pick 3 for the lotto. Just let me get a Tanny 3.
Yeah, I think it's the 5th time in his career. I think he did it twice his rookie season. He did it once in 2015. He did it in the playoff game against Cincinnati and then against New Orleans. He's
done it twice as a Titan, and they were both big games. So,
right.
In my opinion, yesterday was a big game just because of what's been going on. So I think he needed that game more than anybody else, and he didn't have it.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Listen, we're going to have to put a new segment in, too, we might have to go a Nathaniel of the Week starting on Tuesdays. And just pick a new Nathaniel each week, man, and, tally up the picks and then come up with – because Monday, we still got to wait on Monday Night Football to be played. So Tuesday we ought to be able to pick the Nathaniel. Who's leaning to the Nathaniel of the week? You know what I'm saying? And there's some candidates out there. Is it Tannehill leading the charge? Maybe so. Daniel Jones was up there. Joe Burrow.
Ooh,
You know
what
I
a
mean?
Dallas do the Giants last night.
You see what I'm saying? Like who had on their pick sheet that Tampa Bay, outside of Rondé Barber, who came on our show, who had Tampa Bay going to Minnesota and get that victory? Nobody. Not with Baker Mayfield. I'm sorry. So it's gonna be interesting, man. One thing about it, man, it is week 1, but we here, and I love how that caller keep called in and said, "I'm calling as a boom." So now we know how to take that in, man. You take the call and we listen to you and see where we are with it.
Daniel Jones threw 2 picks last night. He was sacked 7 times.
Yeesh.
3 turnovers, a blocked field goal return for a touchdown at home in a driving rainstorm.
Like what we
You're
doing?
talking about upset fan base.
What we doing, baby?
I'm just sitting here in the rain watching this
What we doing?
against an arch rival.
Watch it be clear skies tonight for A-Rod.
Zeph sent along a stat sheet, ESPN NFL Next Gen Stats, top 10 players in pass rush win rate at the edge in week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, Arden Key, linebacker, Tennessee Titans.
That is. Activity, great
And
pickup.
if they would have allowed that play to go, I don't think they overturn it. I think it's a touchdown. And then I think Arden Key ends up with 5 tackles, 2.5 sacks, a tackle for a loss, and a fumble.
And a
Forced fumble. 615-737-1045 is the number, 615-737-1045. It is a 3HL therapy session. Tommy in Columbia next up. Tommy, what's up?
Hi, guys. How are you all? Ron, I'm a Titans fan.
There we go. Talk to me, Tommy.
I agree with you that was one football game and we got a bunch more to play.
Mm-hmm.
Realizing full well that nobody played really well. I'd say Folk had a really good game because he kicked 5 out of 5 field goals.
Right.
If people are tired of seeing the Titans try to win low-scoring football games, they need to pick them another team because it's our history. We've been there year after year.
Yeah.
Now, did we pick it up last night or Sunday? No, we didn't. Tannehill stunk. There were a lot of other people that didn't play very well.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm hoping for better things next week. Go Titans.
There you go, Tommy.
Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it is one game, but that was a disturbing thing. Even if the defense would have held, they get the ball back, they go down, Nick Folk kicks his 6th field goal, they win, you still have these same problems.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
You know what I mean?
You rather talk about it after a win, but
the problems have nothing to do with the win or the loss.
Exactly.
Like, the problems are the problems. If you want to look at it from a big picture perspective, that's the big picture perspective. Can you fix these things?
Yeah, and when you're grading them out, who looks the worst? Without question, is Tannehill because of throwing the 3 picks. But Skoronski looked like a rookie. Dillard, from the first snap, when the guy did the spin move, it was oh, Lord. Does that man have 79? What was big boy number? Not 77. Daly, 71. Like, does he have that number on again? Like, what is that? That can't be Daly back reincarnated. Like, that was a problem. Hubbard was a little too over his feet at times in his balance. You know what I'm saying? But Brewer got handled 1 or 2 times. So all of that got to get cleaned up. You can go down the line as far as nitpicking on what it was.
I just thought Tannehill had a lot more clean pockets than I thought he might. And he was bouncing around back there as if the pocket wasn't clean.
Yeah.
Which goes back a couple of years ago when I said he had the yips.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's almost like he sees ghosts sometimes.
I agree.
And so then he's thrown into double coverage and all these things. And you're right. I mean, there could have been 5 picks. There was a late out route that should have been picked off and taken to the house.
He just didn't turn around quick enough.
Yeah.
Marshawn Lattimore, he could have ended the game early when he dropped it. I mean, he dropped it. It was right in his hands. So, yeah, you add them on. Yeah,
what about Traylon Burks? Only 3 targets.
You feel what I'm saying? Now, why is it 3
for D-Hop?
Come on now. And rightfully so. Shout out to D-Hop. You know what I'm saying? Deserves it. But you got a number 2 because he's a number 2. If one's being bracketed, yeah, you want to get it to him, but that means you got one-on-one somewhere else. I mean, you got to take advantage of that. He's been making plays for you. That's why you get a number 2. It's different if you got a 1 and then a lot of slot guys. You got a number 1 and number 2, who you hope the 2 comes into a number 1. Feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a lot, Nathan.
You were doing a lot there with
2 and 1 and 1 and 2.
You like Sea-Whiz on Sundays?
Tight tailgate coming up, baby. VIP tailgate with Sea-Whiz and Slay.
615-737-1045. Derrick Henry, 15 carries, 63 yards. That's 4.2.
Don't forget about that conversation.
He had 15 for 51 at halftime. Then he had 12 more on the next 2 carries.
Yeah.
So that's 12 carries, 61 yards at that point. And then he's over on the bench. Look, I get like interspersing Spears. I think we all are for that and see what that guy can do. But it just looked weird.
Yeah.
Because it was like chunks of the game where Derrick Henry was standing on the sideline.
That's the problem.
It seemed like. It wasn't like one here, one there, let's mix this in. They did run them in a couple of times in the same backfield, which I liked.
Liked it.
I don't know, man. There was just no rhythm and flow on offense.
But I think you got a decision to make too, Yoro. You're looking at it and you ask, like, what is your identity? Because looking at that game yesterday, I can't walk away and say their identity is they're going to run the ball and be more physical than you. It looked like the cat's out the bag. Everybody knows that the Titans play a physical brand of ball, so we got to be more physical than them. Even if it's taking a couple of flags, New Orleans was physical. Corners coming up. When Derrick Henry took that sweep around to the left side and Alontae Taylor met him right there, he was waiting. That's a cornerback. They understand. I just got to hold him up until everybody else comes.
Make him move his feet.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold him up.
And then the big boy came, the linebacker, and body slammed him. You know what I'm saying? People over there throwing flags on the Titans sideline and everything. They don't care no more. You got to be more than physical than the Titans to beat them at their own game, and people are doing it.
Let's go over to Brentwood. Barry and Brentwood next up on 3HL's Monday therapy session. Barry, what's up?
What's up, guys? Yeah, definitely need it. Me and my wife went to the game, and we go to a couple games a year, away games, and I usually go to games where I didn't feel like we were going to win the game, but we won the game. And yes, we went down to New Orleans thinking like, we've got this, and I felt it because I thought the defense would kill it. I thought we had weapons that were all healthy, and I said we have a good field goal kicker. We're going to win this game. And then we get down there, and it's like, wow, everything happened the way I thought, except I didn't think Tannehill was going to have the worst game maybe of his career. I don't know. I hadn't been listening in. I know he had a 28 passer rating. But it's like, how can we go down and have all those things happen from 3 interceptions, 2 overthrown passes, and a couple calls by the refs, and we lose by 1. I mean, it was frustrating coming back. And for the first time, I have no clue what to feel going into the game this Sunday. So just coming back frustrated, need to vent a little bit, and I just can't believe what I watched yesterday. And I would have never thought Tannehill would have his worst game. I didn't factor that in when I was telling everybody, we got this game. That's all I got.
I didn't either. Thank you, Barry, for the phone call. I spent all offseason thinking, man, I feel good about Tannehill. He's healthy. He's been here. He's been with his teammates. He's locked in with D-Hop. Like, I felt good about him going into that game. Now I'm concerned.
Right.
I know it's just one game, but I'm concerned.
You know, one thing I kept on asking, too, leading up to that, and I asked Coach Mack, Coach Sale, I asked Savage, and Savage was the only one that answered it and was like, it is a problem. How loud is that stadium going to be?
Yep.
And it was loud. And we saw it with the false starts and things of that nature. We saw all that. So even though you got to get used to it, that played a factor too.
615-737-1045, 3HL therapy session underway here on 1045 The Zone. What is your biggest concern coming out of that 16-15 loss in New Orleans? 615-737-1045. 3HL presented by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com. The F&M Bank Chat is open. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch. And we broadcast live in Hendersonville. If you're in the area, we'd love to see you. They got a really cool bar. Come and cool off with an adult beverage. Drink responsibly. J Street Korean Grill and Bar. If you can't get by here today, you definitely need to check this place out. Phenomenal. We'll be right back. 1045 The Zone.
What's happening, good people? Oh, I held it in. Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, man. You got to get things cool in your house or maybe heat them up. Either way, man, you do not want to miss out on a family-ran business. This is family to us as well. Reason being, Kevin, yeah, he got his family in there running the business. The day-to-day operations, he got his son and son-in-laws out there as technicians, knocking on the doors, making sure things are intact, even offering, listen to this, 10-year parts and labor warranty. Why? Because they're York certified company, people. An expert company, always backed by it, too. Now you can get up plus to 18 months with no interest on repairs. Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, they offer free. You hear this? Free service calls with their repairs also. If you have a HVAC unit problem, you need to just come out and get tested. Make sure everything's ticking the right way. You know you're going to be gone on the weekend sometime. You don't want to come back in that house be a heat wave or be too cold. You can make sure all of that is taken care of with SpringHillAC.com. Make sure you hit them up. SpringHillAC.com. Call them.
Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle. I'm a lot closer, as I said, here in Hendersonville, but 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Best vehicle buying experience you will ever have. I've bought multiple vehicles from these guys. Daniel Gupton, Ken Gupton, and his crew ready to help you out. No pressure at all. They simply want you in the vehicle that's right for you, and that's what will happen when you go see my guys at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. You can check them out online, GuptonMotors.com. All of the dealership inventory is there. All of the information about the dealership is there, too. Address, phone number, all of those things, and you'll be able to see that cleanly and easily at GuptonMotors.com. 24 west to exit 35. It's about 9 miles outside the city. Then a straight shot into the best vehicle buying experience you've ever had. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. I don't know what you're needing. Maybe something with more room, maybe something with less of a payment, maybe something more reliable, maybe repair bills are getting to you. Whatever your situation is, go see my guys at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and they'll be able to help you out. You take your test drive, you go inside, they'll help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. 3450 Tom Austin Highway. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 3HL 104.5 The Zone, helping to kick childhood cancer. I want you to listen up, y'all. Nashville Soccer Club, 104.5 The Zone, and Cumulus Radio are joining forces to kick childhood cancer throughout the month of September. All funds raised will support the pediatric cancer program at Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt. You are helping provide life-saving research and care for children diagnosed with pediatric cancer, regardless of their family's ability to pay. Today kicks off the live auction portion of the Kick Childhood Cancer campaign. Today's auction item is for today only. There is a link that we have tweeted out from @3HL1045, and there is a website you can go to, give.vanderbilthealth.org/campaign, and you can find the item down there. The item that we have today, you can bid to win from the Nashville Soccer Club, Nashville SC. They are giving a warm-up watcher group with tickets to the game on October 4th, which is Orlando. Nashville SC against Orlando. So what you're going to be able to do if you bid on this item and win it, you'll get down on the field level pre-match as both teams warm up. The certificate includes 6 tickets to the October 4th match against Orlando and is not transferable to any other 2023 match. So you've got to be able to go on October 4th and get that done. And we're getting verification on this as we speak, but you're going to be able to bid to have 3HL broadcast live from your business.
Oh, man.
Now, there may be more to it than that. I'll let you know.
It's a party.
But you can go online. We have tweeted out the link where you can find this information at 3HL1045 on Twitter or X. And or you could go to give.vanderbilthealth.org/campaign and find the item there.
So they get to employ us for a day?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, man. Hey, listen.
What kind of business you want to go to?
I mean, I'm telling you, I'm wide open. You know what I mean? I'm wide open except anything they got to go above 3 stories. 3 stories, I'm out on it. I'm going to be sick that day.
Why? You don't want to sit on somebody's roof?
No, it's a little too high. Oh, roof, that's different. Roof is different, but stories, meaning outside, like window washing.
Oh,
you know
window wash. Yeah,
like
probably not going to do the show window washing.
No, I think Kirby could get us up
it
there on
is funny
the
that
scaffold.
you said that. The first thought I had was, could we do it in a vehicle, like in a car wash? Like we just keep going through the car wash? I used to love doing that with my grandmother.
Yes, it's going to get too loud once we go get through
so?
Heck yeah. Kirby, Kirby's be less too loud. Yeah. But I think Kirby can get us up on the side of a building, too.
What is Kirby eating? He's got chopsticks, too. I'm impressed. We were at J Street Korean Grill and Bar. You had lunch here? You loved it?
Oh, it was amazing.
Kirby's eating lunch right now? He's loving it?
I got dinner to take home.
You got dinner to take home, too?
Yep, extra yum-yum sauce.
Extra yum-yum sauce.
Yeah, you know I'm an extra sauce guy. Yeah.
Shout out to former Titans defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz. You want to know why?
Why? What are you doing?
He's now the defensive coordinator at Cleveland. The Browns absolutely choke-held Joe Burrow in the Cincinnati offense.
Boy, oh, boy.
Joe Burrow threw for a career-low 82 yards. The Bengals had 142 yards of total offense, lost 24-3 to the Browns, and Joe Burrow, who just became the highest paid player in the history of the sport, left the game early.
Yeah.
Because they were losing so bad.
Hey, man, it's week 1, y'all. It's going to be people on your head. What's your adjustments coming out here? Like you said, you concerned.
It's the beauty of sports. There are a lot of happy people, a lot of upset people.
And I like concerned better than I'm done with them.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Nah.
Okay.
I'm concerned, though.
Yeah, you got the right to be.
About a lot
All
of
you can go off is what you've been shown.
You think Pittsburgh Steelers fans are concerned?
What? Hell yeah.
What do you think their talk shows are like today?
Man, lit up.
I mean, that was
Sacker's doing one right now. There's over 900 people in the chat going crazy. Yeah.
Shout out to San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator Steve Wilkes, who absolutely roadblocked the Pittsburgh offense. He was the DC of Missouri in 2021, by the way.
Was he?
Yeah. In the Steelers' first 5 drives, first 5 offensive possessions, they had a total of -9 yards.
That's getting it done for the opponent.
They trailed 20-0 before they had positive yardage.
Golly, boy.
Lost 30-7. Mike Tomlin said, quote, "We got kicked in the teeth," end quote.
Wow.
Just some other bits of NFL news out there for you.
I mean, hey, boy.
Packers pounded the Bears 38-20 in Chicago. Chicago was a 1-point favorite in that game.
I thought Fields would show better. I thought the team would show better.
Packers have won 9 in a row in the series. Green Bay quarterback Jordan Love, we were all wondering about him, 15 to 27, 245 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
I guess Green Bay just got we thought it was A-Rod. I guess Green Bay just got Chicago number. Who knows?
We'll get into some college football a little bit later, too. Tennessee sleptwalk their way through that Austin Peay game. You were there for that.
Yeah, indeed.
Florida basically did the same thing against McNeese State. McNeese State is so bad.
Yeah.
I will say there are some positives for Tennessee real quick. Do you want me to hit those?
You can tap.
Tennessee's defense
Yeah.
versus the run this year, 74 carries. They've allowed 174 yards and only 1 touchdown. That's 2.4 yards per carry.
Stingy.
They have 11 sacks. You know where that is?
Wow.
Ranked nationally?
Where?
Number 1.
Is it?
Number 1 in the country. They're tied with Nebraska with 11 sacks. 25 tackles for a loss in the first 2 games. You know where that ranks nationally?
Where's that at, yo?
Number 1 in the country.
Okay, now you
by themselves.
Come on, you poking me. Poking my belly.
2.4 yards per carry allowed in the run game on defense. You know where that ranks?
It better not be 1.
No.
Okay, good.
Top 20, though.
Well, I accept them.
They are tied for 15th in the country with Texas and Syracuse. Tennessee opened as a 7-point favorite at Florida. 6 o'clock coming up. It's down to 6.5, Slay.
Is it? Is it? You think it's going to drop some more? I think
Give
people going to jump on it. Give me some more. Give me some more.
I had some Florida notes if I can find them. I have Vanderbilt
Man,
notes.
this brother
I have all
right here
kinds
look
of
just like Ichabod right there when he had his back turned. with
This
his
guy
hat
coming
on.
in right now?
Yeah, same size and everything. Look, same little miniature bop.
By the way, props to MTSU. They were a pass interference call away late in that game from getting the ball back with a chance to beat Missouri on the road.
And what was that spread?
20 and a half. And we pointed at that one. We
So
did. Florida took down McNeese State 49-7. Graham Mertz 14 of 17, 193 yards and a touchdown. He had a rushing touchdown as well. Your boy Ricky Pearsall, who was flashing,
Mr. Cool,
swagging,
Mr. Cool
through media day, 6'4", 123 and a touchdown in the receiving game. Their running backs, Montrell Johnson and Trevor Etienne, after struggling against, I was talking to Todd earlier today, who said Utah's an average football team. That's what he said. They struggled against Utah. 26 carries, 203 yards, and 3 touchdowns against McNeese State. Here's one issue, though, with Florida's defense. They forced no turnovers. They only had 2 sacks and only had 4 tackles for a loss against a team that had gotten blown out by Tarleton State. That's one thing to look at.
Yeah.
So there's some college football stuff for you. More of the 3HL therapy session when
Come
we
on,
come
callers.
back. And stay tuned. Hunk, are we going to do this? Lance, at 4 o'clock? Former NFL ref Lance will join us at 4 o'clock to talk about not only the call that he says they missed in the Saints game that should have been a fumble return with a scoop and score.
Right.
He said there were a couple others if we wanted to call him back today. He came on Titans Talk Back last night, so we did call him back. So we'll see what those calls are, too. That's coming up next as we broadcast live from J Street Korean Grill and Bar. Come have a drink with us on 104.5 The Zone. I want to tell you about my friends at Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits. They are easy to find, easy to get in and out. If you know what you want and you want to just pop in and out, you can definitely do it. It's easy. 101 Creekside Crossing in Brentwood by the Publix. You can check them out online, MarylandFarmsWS.com. And they have an app. So where you get your app, search out Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits and download the app because they have delivery through the Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits app and curbside pickup as well. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. They're closed on Sundays. Football season back. That means game day cocktails for Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits. You can stock up with your favorite bourbon, tequila, whatever you need, or have them help you craft something special for game days. Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits, 101 Creekside Crossing in Brentwood. Online, MarylandFarmsWS.com. They have specials every Wednesday, Senior Day, so keep that in mind day after tomorrow. Every day they honor the military discount, case discounts every day too. Again, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., closed on Sundays. Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits, locally owned and serving Middle Tennessee and Brentwood for more than 17 years. 101 Creekside Crossing in Brentwood by Publix. That's Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits.
Speaking of making your home better, how about your windows and your doors? Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville can help you out. They help me out. I got new windows, new door in my townhome, and the process was amazing. I actually had a bunch of different companies come out just to see who I would go with, and it was Pella that impressed me personally the most. And then when they came and installed everything, they really impressed me. Put down, stuff so there was no dirt in my house. It was quick. It was efficient. And let me tell you this, they had an entire staff there to get it done quickly. And that's one of the things. They're locally owned and operated here. And that process of installation, it allows them to warranty their work, and it allows them to have the staff in place to support you, the customer, which is so important. They got a bunch of deals going on right now. $250 instant rebate per window, $500 instant rebate per qualified door. That ends September 30th. So go check out my friends at Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville at PellaNashville.com.
"40 years ago, we opened our doors with one mission in mind:
We'll be right back with the top 10 songs of 1983.
To sell quality American-made vehicles at a fair price.
You have arrived.
And we've loved every minute of the ride. Celebrating 40 years of Two Rivers Ford.
Good afternoon. I'm Joe Honk. As the Titans and Vols are getting ready for this weekend's games, the Vols getting ready for Florida. They have now know what time they're going to be playing next week, as well as the SEC has announced the Week 4 game times. UTSA will be traveling to Knoxville and taking on the Vols at 3 p.m. You'll be able to watch that game on the SEC Network. What's awesome is you should already be there, especially if you're a Vandy fan, because Kentucky and Vandy are going to kick off at 11 a.m. on the SEC Network as well. Developing news right now for the Pittsburgh Steelers, as Pro Bowl defensive lineman Cam Hayward is expected to miss multiple weeks with a groin issue and a groin injury that he suffered against the 49ers 49ers as San Francisco was spanking that team. Now, for all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Broadcasting live in Hendersonville, J Street Korean Grill and Bar. You need to check this place out. The food is phenomenal, Big Slay.
Yes, it is. My belly says so too.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building. Hey, I'm in the building. 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 I'm in the building.
So they cook the food at the table, like in the middle of the table, right in front of you.
Who is that?
You did.
Yeah, me. The person eating cooks it, yeah. They will.
You want it well done? You can do it well done.
It's all on you. They will come by and give you advice, though, and show you how to do it. I will say one thing that threw me off a little bit, which I do like. Instead of using a knife to cut the meat, use scissors. Korean thing. Use the scissors to cut it. And it's actually quicker and easier.
I got you.
So some sharp scissors, though.
What was your favorite meal item?
I
saw you guys had a ton of
chicken.
rice.
It starts with a B. Mongolian? No.
Yeah, I have it pulled up, and I can't even pronounce it.
Spell it for me, and I'm going to tell you, because she told me.
It is crap. Now you asked me.
Hey, buddy, what's the name of the chicken?
Hey,
what's
buddy,
the name
do
of the
that.
chicken?
Yeah.
What's the name of the chicken? Not the lemon pepper chicken, but what's the other one? Bulgogi. Chicken bulgogi. Yeah, it's spicy, but they got the little sweet
You said
heat.
the spicy. You don't like spicy usually.
No, you can get. They put that on the side.
Oh,
yeah. So I didn't get that. I used the yum yum, and I used teriyaki. She brought. That's my girl. That's my girl right there. She know what to do.
She's waving.
Boy, she explained it to a T for you. You hear me? I'm talking about get you good and full over there. I put that little extra teriyaki. She brought me some extra teriyaki.
I saw you and Moan sitting over there when I got here. They said Slay's been here since 12:30.
Yeah.
You were like cocked back on the bench, like laying down, basically.
you know how I do on them park benches. I lay on down on the park benches. If y'all ever go past a park bench,
you and Forrest Gump?
I might be there. Me and Gump, baby. And the bell peppers, onions, and mushrooms were phenomenal, too. I told them to hold the zucchini, though. That's too healthy.
The bar is so sleek and like upscale looking, and I mean just super clean and all those things. It's got 5 TVs behind them.
It's live. They ain't playing, man.
And then they've got the largest television in Hendersonville behind us.
I want to say the world, but I'll let you say that.
When you want to find it, like you're thinking about, hey man, where are we going to go watch the game?
Right. Perfect location.
There's a game tonight. And you come right here.
Because of the TV being so big, there is no bad seat in the house.
All you can eat experience, all you can eat, not your thing. Small plates and other menu meal options are available. Kirby's got some big bowl of something over there. Upscale venue, that's for sure. Late night menus, perfect for groups and date nights. There's even drop-in and off daycare next door that's open until 9 p.m. Live music on Fridays and Saturdays from 9 until 11. You can enjoy the flavors of Korea at this new unique dining experience with amazing customer service. They've got spacious parking, of course.
Very unique. And don't be fooled. This ain't your average grill and bar. Come in here, got a whole different vibe. I'm talking about you might walk in here one day and see all the lights going. Like, to me, it could transform into a karaoke club-like scene quickly.
Before we get to our guest, I actually have breaking news for you.
What do you got, Hunk?
Oh, hell.
The NFL is announcing that the Chiefs and defensive tackle Chris Jones have officially reached a 1-year contract deal.
Oh, there you go.
I bet they would.
That's funny how that happened.
Yeah, I bet they
After Detroit just gashed him between the tackles all night.
We're going to run this rock down your throat where he would be at. Yeah, I bet they would get it done.
They kept showing him in the club, in the suite, and he was just laying back like you at the booth.
Throwing peace signs to people. What's up, y'all? Yeah, they're getting down in there. I'm up here. Like,
you see that little 8-yard run by that rookie running back?
Would have stopped that. Yeah. Remember me last year, AFC Championship game? That's me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, 3HL presented by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, SpringHillAC.com. We are doing a 3HL therapy session today. Titans fall 16-15 in the opener in New Orleans. What is your biggest concern? 615-737-1045. As we did the Lee Company Titans Talkback show last night, with me and Kevin Dyson, Dr. Dyson.
Y'all were live, boy. Y'all went out for almost 3 hours, too.
Listen, we're talking about every aspect of this game, and inevitably when you mention calls, people think you're blaming a loss on calls. Not true. Not true. But just as you would talk about Tannehill missed a throw down the sideline, there was a call that was missed, and our buddy Lance Easley, who is a former NFL official, calls the show from time to time and called last night. And, Lance, I'm glad you called, and thank you very much for calling today on 3HL. I want you to repeat what you said about the play in question, which was Derek Carr drops back to throw. Arden Key comes around, knocks the ball out of his hands. Kevin Byard picks it up, runs into the end zone, sets it down. They blew the play dead, however, as an incomplete play, which usually, and correct me if I'm wrong, now we see a play like that, and the officials, I think, are taught to let the play continue because you can correct that on replay. You can't correct a whistle that's blown, right?
Correct. Yeah, an inadvertent whistle is the biggest sin you can have. The whistle has nothing to do with stopping the play. The play stops itself. So that was a huge error, and I was very disappointed with that.
Were you surprised that they did not overturn that call?
Yes. It was definitely, and I heard the broadcast. There were people like me. I worked at College Game Day for a year or so on the radio doing this kind of stuff. You call it like you see it. I don't have a dog in the fight. We need to do the right thing for the game. And that ball became loose. It was pushed forward. It was a fumble, and then it was picked up. And it was returned for a touchdown, and they blew an inadvertent whistle. And I don't know why they well, my buddy Walt Anderson, if anybody has a complaint, call the NFL office and get that guy out of there because I'm not too pleased with him anyway.
Let me ask you this. How do you take that situation, have it, and against the same franchise, look back, the last game played, and the game ended that way with damn near a mirror-like play in that situation. And it seemed like it was so easy for them to make that call last year being a playoff game, and then you get that game one in the same situation, same franchise, starting quarterback against this team, and the call not go their way.
It's not right. I don't understand it. I don't understand how they can't get it right with all the cameras on it. Mm-hmm. There's no excuse for it, in my opinion. We need to be humble. We need to be servants of the game. We need to get the calls right.
Could you explain the rule as well for the people that that just may have seen the highlight, like what we're talking about? Arden Key came around, hit the elbow of Derek Carr while he was released.
Okay, the quarterback's arm was not in forward throwing motion when the ball became loose. Once it becomes a loose ball, he pushed it, so it's a loose ball. It's a fumble because the ball had been possessed. But it was not he was not throwing the ball forward at the time. It was loose. Now it becomes a fumble. Now it becomes accessible to whoever picks it up and does whatever they do with it. And it went to, I think, Byard. He ran it all the way back for a touchdown. They blew the whistle on it. Inadvertent whistle right there. They should have held their whistles. There's no reason to blow it. Just let it play out and then deal with it. Go to replay, which is what had happened. So basically they covered the whole thing up, the inadvertent whistles, by ruling it as an incomplete pass, which it was not.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So you think it was an inadvertent whistle, and then it became a cover-up situation. So once it goes to review, there's no way they're overturning that, right? Like to go against the officials on the field in that particular situation, because they would have had, at that point, even if they do that, they would have had to put the ball at the 5-yard line, and the Titans still would have lost that touchdown.
Exactly. What you would have to do is, it depends when the inadvertent whistle occurred. I couldn't really hear it that well on the television, but if it occurred after it was possessed by the defense, which was the Titans, then it would be placed at the spot of when the inadvertent whistle took place.
Were there any other calls in that game that stood out to you?
I'm sorry. There were some other calls that were quite interesting, but I can't recall all of them right now. I know one call or one situation that happened in the Commanders Arizona game.
Okay.
And ended up in an official getting injured on the same play, and they had to go to 6 officials. Now, that I have a big problem with that. You have a billion-dollar industry that has so much money spent on players, coaches, teams, not to mention gambling, and they have 7 officials and not an alternate there, and yet we have 8 officials in the college fields. Explain that to me.
Wow. So how hard would that be to go to 6 officials?
Oh, they did. They had to because they don't have an extra official.
No, I know, but like how much tougher is that on each official when you're missing one?
You lose eyes on the field. And what they chose to do was just have one flank official and keep the 3 deep officials and then the umpire and referee. That's what they chose to do. And the guy who was officiating, that was his first game as a white hat, Alan Eck, who I'd been at camps with back in the day. Good guy, great official. But here we are with 6 officials in the NFL. What are we doing? What's going on here? And yet we have 8 in college. So if a guy goes down in college, now you're to 7-man mechanics. But most people don't even know about 6-man mechanics and how to work it.
Let me ask you this. We look at the games and how they go and teams lose, and we attribute that to being week 1. Do the officials go through the same thing and say, hey, man, this is week 1 when you review the tape, you think back to the Kansas City-Detroit Lions game, the offensive tackle, the right tackle was lined up in the backfield.
In the backfield, I know.
Game. And there's no correction on that. Like, even at halftime, nobody calls down and say, hey, guys, you guys got to watch this. It just goes unsaid. And they did call it at the end of the game, but, I mean, by that time.
You know what, Ron?
Yeah.
Ron, I've been if you look at every game and you almost see that a lot. You're seeing too much of that. And I put that on the officials. They need to clean that up. These guys are creeping so far back for pass pro that it's ridiculous. They're out of the center's belt where their head's supposed to be through the center's belt, and they are creeping back. It's not just that game. It's universal. I see it all the time, and it really irritates me.
Lance, always appreciate you hopping on with us, man, and you always offer some clarity as to what goes on in terms of officiating. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, no problem. You guys have a great one, and let's see what happens next week.
There you go.
Appreciate it, brother.
Lance Easley, former NFL official, happens to live in Middle Tennessee and listen to the Zone.
That clarity is amazing to be able to go back and have a veteran like himself be able to call in and give us his thoughts of it and the corrections.
Yep. Phone line's back open. 3HL therapy session continues next. 615-737-1045. What's your biggest concern coming out of that 16-15 opening loss in New Orleans? Broadcasting live from J Street Korean Grill and Bar. We'd love to see you out here. 261 Indian Lake Boulevard.
What's happening, people? I got to keep my lights on. How do I do it when you don't? I mean, I am paying the bill, but then you got electricity outages and, the weather going through and your lights just cut off, and now you're sitting there like, man, what am I supposed to do? Cove generator kicks on. Oh, we got lights again. We got active food not going to spoil in our refrigerator. Everything's fine. Then you got people coming over there knocking on the door trying to get in because they ain't got no generator. You can be the person of the neighborhood to keep the neighborhood party going. All of it is in your hands. You got to make it happen. Get you a Generac home standby generator. You can call this dealer today. Cove Generators. They always come through. 931-559-3311. Make it happen for yourself. You now can get a new 10-year warranty with the purchase of a Generac home standby generator from right now through October 8th with over $1,000 value, man. 10:35 to be exact. Go on and dive into it, man. Cove Generators comes out and checks it also. Terms and conditions may apply. Call for details. It's Cove Generators. Stay connected through it all.
Managing your lawn is a 12-month deal, and my guys at DickensSupply.com, Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply, can help you out. Trey Hartsook is here with more. Hey, Trey, what's up, man?
Hey, bro, what's going on, man? Yeah, it's that great time of year where you can really get that lawn whipped into shape. And the great thing about us is it doesn't matter whether you're a homeowner or a commercial guy. We can get you taken care of, whether you have 0.3 of an acre or 33 acres. We have a really cool process. That's our turf plan, because we know people need to be guided, right? It's easy to get off the track whenever you get it, it looks good, and you don't know how to keep it that way. Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply, we really take pride in having that lawn look good 12 months out of the year. So let's make sure right now that we're getting rid of any weeds that we might have in that lawn, so we can really get ready to oversee with the PTT proven turf grass technology only available at Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply, and get that lawn whipped into shape. It's also a great time, Brent. If you had that mower a little bit, they're doing some really cool promotions on the Toro stuff. I know for sure, and always great deals on the other stuff that we carry. So if anything interests you about this thing, stop in and see. It's going to be located all over Middle Tennessee. Got locations in Nashville, Cool Springs, Hendersonville, Murfreesboro, Bellevue, Brentwood, Lumber, Mount Juliet, and Franklin. If you can't get a hold of us, check us out online, DickensSupply.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay, out and about. We are in Hendersonville.
Out in these streets, y'all.
I saw Ramon Foster today. I feel good about myself.
Yeah, man. You out here in this neighborhood. You got to swing through. It's only right. Big Savage come through. Make sure everything good on the yee car.
I lost the top sheet of my show sheets.
No, it's right down to the clock.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm. Kirby saved it from blowing away.
All right. Well, that's good to know. Broadcasting live from J Street Korean Grill and Bar. Kirby has a big bowl of rice and spicy chicken, which looks exceptionally good to me.
Everything but the spicy.
It's not that spicy, so Slay.
Yeah, I've been fooled like that before.
3HL is presented by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com. You can watch the show YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch. It is a 3HL therapy session following that 16-15 loss in New Orleans to the New Orleans Saints. J Street Korean Grill and Bar. If you can't make it out here today, this is where you need to go to watch games if you're in the Hendersonville area. They have the largest television in Hendersonville. Mm-hmm. I'm looking right at it.
Wow, you can't miss it. You're looking right at it. It's right there. That's one thing for sure.
Does Nissan have one this big?
It does kind of look like a Jumbotron. It kind of does, yeah. How many times would I have to lay down to get, like, how many of me would fit if I laid down across this?
That's a good 5. That's a good 7 or 8.
I was going to say 6. Yeah, 6 up.
6
yeah.
of me?
Mm-hmm.
That's about 20 of Eki.
2 standing up.
20 of Eki.
2 of you standing up. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Hey, you know what?
It might be 3 of me standing up, Slay.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty big.
Also, the bar is phenomenal. You need to come by and see us, man. Grab a drink. Slide on through.
Y'all
leave work early. That's right. I said it.
I got
you got?
I got a small announcement.
You got an announcement?
Just a small one, though. Yeah, man. Let me go on and say this for the people, man, because I know some of the people may have been waiting, and I got to put this out there because it's only right or it wouldn't be me. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, during the game, there was a call put out, an APB on a young gentleman by the name of Ryan Tannehill, and he wears the number 17. And it was brought to my desk that the alarms didn't go off, and I said, "Wait, I'm gonna get the people in here to fix them." The Nathaniel Alliance, I'm gonna get them in here to fix it and make sure, that our alarms are working. Because when one comes, remember last year I told you, when one comes near in a radius, the alarms go off and everybody gets it. Like the Amber Alert, it's a Nathaniel alert. Yeah. It's supposed to come to your phone. And a lot of people were saying, we didn't get no alert. I said, because I don't think he's in the system and processed as a Nathaniel, so it wouldn't go out on the alert. So I just want everybody to be calm. It does work. I'm going to figure it out. It is under review. Do we need to process this claim and put it into the system? Everybody hold your horses. I do want y'all to know, though, I did walk in the office this morning, and I saw paperwork on my desk for submission. I said I will review it, and I will get with the proper channels and see if that needs to be inserted into the system. So nobody panic. Nobody panic.
I'm not panicked, but I am concerned by what I saw from Ryan Tannehill.
Totally.
And it's
you might have been the one that snuck the paperwork on my desk.
Listen, the 3 picks are what they are. The throwing into coverage all night was what it was, or all day was what it was. But it was in the clean pockets, and he was still uncomfortable.
Right.
That's what was making me concerned about Ryan Tannehill.
Right. Yeah. No doubt.
That's where I am. So what is your biggest concern?
My biggest concern walking away is, are you that caught up? Is it a rhythm thing? Are you staring guys down? It was mostly the offense. Defense, I'm not concerned about. I think they're nasty. Do they got things to tighten up on? Yes, indeed. Do they got to get their eyes out the backfield without question? Murphy Bunton, that's the only reason number 22 scored. Forgot his name.
Double move.
Yeah, when he did the move and stuttered on him and went, like when he caught the ball.
That was Shaheed.
Yeah, Shaheed.
Yeah.
When they slowed it down and did the replay, you could see him looking at Kevin Byard laughing like, I got y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew y'all eyes would be in the backfield. So that's one thing. Christian Fulton, we need you to be healthy. Outside of that, I'm cool with what the defense got going on. They'll fix all that. Offensively, what I need.
Danico Autry, 5 tackles, 1.5 sacks, a tackle for a loss.
Yeah.
Arden Key, 4 tackles, a sack and a half, tackle for a loss.
Yeah.
Another sack and forced fumble was taken away from him. Jeffrey Simmons, 5 tackles, 1 sack, 2 tackles for a loss. Amani Hooker, 5 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, 1 interception, 1 forced fumble, 1 recovered fumble.
Big boys going to do what they're supposed to do. up front. And let's imagine when Landry get going. You didn't mention Rashad Weaver's name right there. You know what I'm saying? Wait till these guys get going. Like, all that's going to come into play. Everything going to be fine defensively. Offensively, we need to see that. We need to see that come along, man. And I'm definitely going to attribute that to week 1. Am I concerned? No. No, I am not.
Going to go back to the phones. Nashville Soccer Club, 104.5 The Zone, and Cumulus Radio joining forces to kick childhood cancer throughout the month of September. All funds raised will support the pediatric cancer program at Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt. You are helping provide life-saving research and care for children diagnosed with pediatric cancer, regardless of their family's ability to pay. Today kicks off the live auction portion of the Kick Childhood Cancer Program. Today's auction item is for today only. Today, you can bid to win any show, Hunk? Any show on the Zone to broadcast live from your business.
I want somebody to combine the shows.
How about that?
They like double it up. Say, I want to see, because I ain't never seen it done, because you done talked about it a lot, like the intertwining the shows. Combine the shows. Do that. Mix the shows up for a day. If you really bad, you really want to win the auction, go on to bid something just crazy and say, let me do what I want to do and mix the shows up.
Yep. So this auction item is only for today. So that's part of it. That's part of it. Have 3HL broadcast live from your business or your house. I don't know.
What?
Your back porch by the pool.
They better have a hot tub
with a grill,
man, with an ashtray, because cigar's gonna be lit up. Carr ain't got no roof.
Slay will grill hamburgers for you.
But I may do that. You know what? I can do that. Y'all gotta pat them out. I'll grill them. Y'all pat them out. I
you can buy them now, or they're already patted.
Yeah,
out.
That's cheating. I don't like that. No, pat them things out, man. You got to put them mushrooms and onions in the right seasoning in that thing. You know
all right. I mean? Well, that's part of it. Then also the Nashville SC, Nashville Soccer Club, giving you the opportunity for this part of the package. Warm-up watcher group with tickets to the game on October 4th against Orlando. You'll get down on the field level pre-match as both teams warm up. The certificate includes 6 tickets to the October 4th match and is not transferable to any other 2023 match. So it's been tweeted by 3HL at 3HL1045.
Yeah.
We'll keep retweeting that, right, Hunt?
Tweet
he
it
says
out,
that's correct. Also, you could go to give.vanderbilthealth.org/campaign to see all of the auction items. And then this one is toward the bottom. So today only. Check it out. And we'll come cook burgers.
We'll be right there, baby.
You pat them out.
Yeah, y'all got to pat them out. And pat them out right, too. Don't bring me them little baby hush puppy burgers. That when, you know, and as soon
what about the little flat burgers that the kids want?
Yeah, no, we ain't doing no little baby.
Flat burgers like McDonald's.
Yeah, this the wrong place, man. We meaty and hearty around here, buddy. You know what I mean? You gonna grow up over here eating these burgers. Bring me them little baby sliders.
You better eat that burger with a green pepper hanging out.
Come on, man. You better believe it. Yeah. Don't bring it to me, man. As soon as the fire hit it shrivel all up. Nope. I got a trick for it. I know. Put the thumb in the middle and all that. Don't call me. Don't DM me about no grilling, y'all. I know what to do. Just saying. Get us there. Get us to your home.
I just need to know, are you bringing your grilling rag, or are you going to use theirs?
No, I got to bring mine.
I know. I'm just saying,
No, I got to bring mine.
That's got a lot of mileage.
Yeah, you need the mileage. That's because I might pat the burger with that. Put that extra seasoning in there. So I don't even tell nobody that.
Old school seasoning.
Yeah.
From back in the day.
Yeah, a little sweating. Yeah.
I'm about to say, not for sweat, because that's what he's mine for.
It's universal.
Okay,
it's
just double checking.
All right, 615-737-1045. Again, broadcasting live in Hendersonville, J Street Korean Grill and Bar. This is a really cool place, man. Come by and see us. We'll be here until 6 o'clock. Tracy and Gallatin next up on this 3HL therapy session. Tracy, what's up?
What up, Trace?
Man, long-time Titans fan, man. Spent my whole off season defending Ryan Tannehill. First thing he do is come out and throw 3 picks I do not understand. You get a chance to make up for it. Your coaches bail you out and draw you up 2 touchdown plays, and you miss those. Last year, you seen the face that Malik Willis had when he was in the game. I swear to you, yesterday I seen Ryan Tannehill with that same face. What is going on? You're a veteran. How are you this shooken up? Like my man said earlier, you got clean pocket. You still bailing out early. Doesn't make sense. I don't understand. I get Derrick Henry coming out on passing downs, but on first down, come on, man. Derrick got to be in on first down. We had a couple first downs. Derrick's not in the game. Everybody knows what's going on. Also, the direct snap to Derrick Henry with both the running backs in the game. You motion Tannehill to the side, everybody and their mama knows is a run. He's not doing a jump pass from the 50. Come on, man. Hang up and listen, man. I'm worried about Tannehill.
Hey, thanks, man.
Hey, that's spot on, man.
Hey, how great would it be, though, to see, like, Derrick Henry, like, pop up and throw it down the sideline like 40 yards?
That would have been dope.
Just show it, man.
Yeah, that would have been dope. Send a receiver in motion or something. I think, man, I do think, though, that was going to work if the linebacker got outside and crashed down. It was over after that.
615-737-1045.
I don't want to see King Henry run the speed option with Tajay Spears. I'm going to be honest. I'd rather see him put a receiver in motion and let them do it. Like, give me King Henry going downhill, man.
Or throwing 150 yards. I want to see it.
You want to see?
Yeah, chuck it.
Let's go to see
I mean,
it.
hell, Tannehill's out here throwing 3 picks. Might as well throw it deep with the running back.
Can't be worse, huh?
Joshua in White House. Joshua, what's up?
Hey, guys. What's going on? Glad you guys are having a whole bunch of fun. Hey, I've had 24 hours to kind of chew on all of this. And, I go to my stats. Ryan Tannehill had 198 passing yards, more than Russell Wilson, Baker Mayfield, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, and Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow had a terrible, terrible game, but they did not have interceptions. That is our major thing that we need to. I'll give you one in the opening game. You got some new some new talent, and I'll give you one. But I just think we need to let up on Tannehill just a little bit. That's it. Tighten up.
Appreciate
Thank you,
that.
brother. We need Tannehill to what?
I said we need to let up on Tannehill just a little bit.
Oh no, dude! I mean,
He
you're,
did
under,
this.
you're under the microscope, man. You know what you're getting into as a professional athlete.
I was explaining to a partner, man. We were talking, man, and he was like, man, he was going in on Tannehill. I said, now, what you got to understand too is that's a part of the position as well. You know what I'm saying? That's the low-hanging fruit. If I were to bring,
that's true.
If I would bring my son in right now, not knowing about football, the person that he's going to immediately tap into is the person that's touching the ball every single play, whether it's that team, the opposite team, or the home team. That's just what you see. So you're going to get the credit. You're going to get the blame, especially if it's glaring the way that it was in this situation. So you can't let up on him because he brought it on himself.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a technical thing, it'd be different.
Right.
So, I mean,
in
this situation.
The one interception where he and D-Hop were clearly not on the right page.
Yep.
Like, he was going back shoulder throw, and D-Hop just continued down the field. I
Yep.
mean, that's miscommunication. So who was that on?
Right.
You don't even know until you ask them.
You don't. And then I think a lot
And
of
then
times.
they're probably not even going to tell you.
No.
So.
That's why we need guys like Coach Sale to come on when we get them Thursday that can look at the all 22, and you get a whole different perspective to kind of help you with your assessment of the game. That's what I think. I'm just saying.
It is low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, it is.
Because at some point we're going to get to Joe Milton and the drop balls
Yeah.
and him throwing behind and overshooting
Mhm.
some people and just not looking clean and sharp against Austin Peay.
Right.
Today's probably not the day, but we will
We'll
talk
get to
with
it.
Chris Lowe at 5:20, so
Yeah.
maybe that'll come up there. But we will get into some college football a little bit later. But we'll dissect that in detail as
it's
the
got
week
time.
goes on because it is Tennessee-Florida week.
Plus, I wear my Gator boots.
Also, watching Alabama play Texas, I saw exactly what I thought I saw when I saw the MTSU-Alabama game live in Tuscaloosa.
There you go.
Quarterback issues, offensive line with that run game.
Jay Miro threw that thing away.
It's one read and run, man. And how many times on third down did Texas just go zone, take away his first read, and then on 3rd and 18 he would run for 12 yards and punt?
Yeah.
I'll tell you how many times it happened. It happened 6 times.
You saw it.
I went back and watched.
Yeah.
I went back and looked.
Yeah.
615-737-1045. Anthony in Texas, ironically enough. Anthony, what's up?
What's up? How y'all doing? First time calling. Been a fan of y'all's. Like here, basically, because I'm in Texas, all I get is Houston, Dallas radio. So, I got to call in, check y'all on YouTube. So, shout out YouTube. Anyways, just want to give my kind of my pros and cons. Basically, pros, I mean, we finally found a kicker. So, that's great news there.
Yeah.
Secondly, I mean, defense looks fantastic. Granted, I say fantastic, they still did. I mean, they held them to 16 points, 1 touchdown. I mean, they did their part. And granted, refs just kind of made a made some questionable calls, and
Zeph, get him off.
Kind of,
yeah, but he needs to go. Sorry, brother. Sorry, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Appreciate the call, though, Ant.
Y'all, man, I mean, seriously, I know it was an accident, but you can't call in dropping F-bombs.
Yeah.
And then, Zeph, thank you with the delay there, but we also got to cut him when somebody curses. So thank you. Appreciate it. 615-737-1045. When we come back, we'll talk about some of the Titans' offensive statistics. That's next. Also, maybe a little bit about what was going on in the world of college football over the weekend. And tonight's game we'll get into in the 5 o'clock hour at some point. The Jets and the Bills, what do you do with that one? Bills a 2-point favorite in New Jersey against the Jets tonight. Aaron Rodgers making his Jet debut. You okay?
Yeah, Jet Conklin. Back out with ACL, MCL.
Yep.
That's tough, man.
J.K. Dobbins with an Achilles. He's done for the year. Those are the two big ones that I saw.
That's another positive. You came out unscathed.
Yes, you did. Sorry. 615-737-1045 at 3HL1045 on Twitter. Broadcasted live from J Street Korean Grill and Bar. More next. 3HL1045 The Zone.
What's up? What's happening, man? Ron Slay here. I gotta tell y'all, I put it to the test. I put that knee to the test. I put that hip to the test. Put that shoulder to the test. When I went up there to Knoxville for the game, man, this weekend, I told you, man, I was gonna get back right. And yes, Kellum Stem Cell, it works, people. I'm telling you because I am a client, and it is effective because I tried it. Like, it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's my body, my cells, my solution. It can be your body, your cells, your solution. You got to go out there and go on and make the call, man. Get your free consultation today. 615-850-4415. You ask me the inflammation in the knees and things of that nature. How do you think you heal yourself? Your body heals. This is without medicine. Yes, this is your body doing your healing. What can heal you better than something that's already in you? Yeah, take advantage, man. If you don't understand it, give them a call and find out. Get a consultation. KellumStemCellInstitute.com. I promise you, I'm booking it. KellumStemCellInstitute.com.
You know who will help you out as far as organizing your house or making it look prettier? Artisan Custom Closets, artisancustomclosets.com. That's ARTISAN. You want to say goodbye to clutter? Get a free in-home consultation today with Artisan. And here's how they can help you. Let's say you want a show-stopping, beautiful closet. I mean, it's never too early to kind of prep for Christmas and wish lists and all that. You want that gorgeous walk-in, everything's organized. You got drawers, maybe some lighting, closet. Artisan Custom Closets is who you need to call. But they do everything. Maybe you have the pantry with those wire shelves that annoy you because everything always falls down. That was me. Had to get rid of it. Artisan Custom Closets can do that for you. Closets, pantries, garages, home offices, laundry rooms, mudrooms, bedrooms. They have Murphy bed options and much more. They can do it all. And here's the beautiful thing about Artisan Custom Closets. Everything manufactured right here in the USA. So you don't have to wait forever, and they can install in less than a day. They'll give you 10% off if you tell them Dawn sent you. If you're a Zone listener, 10% off. 615-800-2199. That's artisancustomclosets.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you until 6 o'clock. Chris Lowe coming up at 5:20. We'll get some college football during that segment. Titans fall 16-15, we all know. In the opener in New Orleans, what is your biggest concern? Maybe you just want to vent a little bit. We're here for you.
That's it.
We got the couch. You can lay down. We'll listen. J Street Korean Grill and Bar is where we are in Hendersonville. And we would love to see you out here. If you can't make it today, this is a great place to watch games. I'll tell you that.
That's a fact, Earl.
Whether you're sitting at the bar or eating, or maybe you've got one of these booths that has TV in it.
Yeah. Your own private. You can watch whatever you want to watch. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, if you're like a control freak and you want to just control everything in your life, you can do it here too.
Right. This is the place to be.
Vandy falls at Wake 36-20. Commodore quarterback A.J. Swan 26-39, 314 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Patrick Smith, the running back, averaged 7.7 yards per carry on 10 carries. Vandy gave up 288 rush yards on 48 carries. Wake Forest ran the ball almost 50 times. Wake had 2 100-yard rushers. Vandy bright spots. I'm big on bright spots today.
I like it because we need a little bit of positivity out here, man.
Vandy bright spots. True freshman, wide receiver, London Humphreys from Nashville over at CPA. 4 receptions, 109 yards, and a touchdown. Senior wide receiver Will Shepard had his 3rd straight 2 receiving touchdown game this season. He leads the nation with 6 touchdown receptions.
That's all he do. He's trying to get up for that Bellinikoff Award.
That Chris Carter Award. All he does is catch touchdowns.
Is that what it is?
No. Chris Carter used to say, all I do is catch touchdowns. 8 receptions, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's 6'3", 198. Just keep him in mind when draft season comes around.
Right.
Linebacker C.J. Taylor, 10 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for a loss. The Patterson brothers, Kane and Langston, each had 7 tackles. Vanderbilt plays at UNLV at 6 p.m. on CBS Sports Network on Saturday. Commodores are a 4-point favorite in this game. That would get them to 3 wins. Their win total over-under is 4.
We just need to get to homecoming.
UNLV lost Saturday 35-7 at Michigan. Michigan running back Blake Corum, if you haven't seen him play, is pretty good. He had 3 touchdowns in that football game. All right, more vent session opportunities, therapy sessions, what we're calling it.
Give me some more.
615-737-1045. All right, Buster Rhymes. Let's go to, let's see. Oh, Buffalo says that he has done this Nashville SC experience that we're auctioning off today. It's a one-day thing. Check the Twitter feed at 3HL 1045, and you'll get more information on what you can do there. But Buffalo, let the good people know what that's like to be on the field for warm-ups.
So, yeah, I'm a frequent Caterpillar Financial customer, and they have box seats, you know, the suite way up in the top, and I got to experience the sideline. What it is, you go down there before the game when the guys are practicing, and you're right there on the sideline. The only thing between you and them is a black fence. I mean, you can literally reach out and spit on Hani Mukhtar if you were that kind of a person. It's really fun. No, don't do that. But it's fun. I mean, you're right there on the sideline. I'm going to bid on something in the Cancer for Kids, but I'm waiting for maybe the next offer. There's going to be a few offers through the month. Like I said, I've done that sideline deal, and it is absolutely fantastic. And there's 6 tickets that goes with it. That's great.
Yep. Thank
Y'all
you,
have
Buffalo.
a good afternoon.
Appreciate it. Yeah, go to the 3HL Twitter feed. You'll see the link to where you can go, and this is a one-day bid opportunity. You can bid to win your choice of zone shows to broadcast live from your business, or as we said, from your backyard.
That's right.
Maybe near your pool, whatever you want to do. Also, Nashville SC throwing in a warm-up watcher group with tickets to the game on October 4th against Orlando. You get down on the field level pre-match as both teams warm up. Certificate includes 6 tickets to the October 4th match. And you can go online, give.vanderbilthealth.org/campaign and find it there. 615-737-1045, 3HL therapy session continuing. As we go next to John in Nashville, Seth. Let's get John in here. John, what's up?
Not much. How are you guys doing?
We're great, man.
John.
Thank you.
What are you calling in? What are you calling in as, John? Fan?
Therapy for me. First time caller, yes, fan.
Okay.
Frustrated fan. I'll get to the point quick. The last 2 years, our last game of the season, and you listen to Ryan Tannehill talk, and he says, yeah, man, I threw 12 or 15 interceptions, and we're going to look at the film, and we're going to get better. And yesterday, we look at that game yesterday, he throws 3 interceptions, let's face it. His footwork, and I said this morning, his footwork looked like something from Fred Murray dance school instead of the NFL, because he had heavy feet, even when he had protection. He missed the 2 out throws in the fourth quarter. Those out throws are how you actually rate NFL quarterbacks, because, I can throw a little screen pass, but there's only about 20 people in America that can throw that out route. But my most frustrating thing about that is the end of the game post-conference was exactly the same speech, same conversation, the same speak that we've heard 2 years at the end of the season, but we thought, well, the season's over, long time, it's going to get ready. Yesterday it happened again, and I'm telling you, as a Titans fan, since the very first day, we're getting ready to see Bill Murray and Groundhog Day.
Well, I do need to know this from you real quick. What would you like to hear from him after a performance like that instead of him moving on in week 1 as a fan?
Something, I'll be honest with you, I don't want to hear from him at the end of the game. Okay, I want to hear from somebody else. I want to hear from somebody else. They've got to try something different.
I
respect it.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it. Call anytime, brother. Appreciate you. Here's the thing. When you get around type A of type A competitive people, that's what they're going to say. No matter what happens, I'm on to the next thing. There's nothing I can do about what happened yesterday or what happened 3 hours ago or whatever. Like that's just how those guys are wired. That's how they think.
Yeah.
Isn't that true?
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Because you can't get – that's what it's about, being even killed. They always say can't get too high, can't get too low. It's never as good as you thought it was, never as bad as you thought it was. It's always about during the journey being able to move on. And in that position, particularly in that position, you got to be able to move on because the rest of the team can't go if you don't.
Right. And
you know what I'm saying?
You are going to get some people that will say, and Ryan Tannehill's not that guy, but some people will be like, you know what? I thought that was a deep, that was a back shoulder throw.
Yeah.
There was some miscommunication there. We'll go over that.
Some of them will go into it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some will, but he's not that guy. 615-737-1045. 5 o'clock hour coming up. 3HL therapy session Monday. Titans fall 16-15. Chargers coming in town this weekend, and the Titans a 3.5-point underdog in that one. It is Tennessee-Florida week as well. We're going to talk some college football. Colorado, I don't know if you watched, but there might have been a little psychological hangover early in that game, but you know what happened? They figured it out, and they adjusted, and they blew the doors off a really good Nebraska defense. So all kinds of talking points. It is football season as we roll through the week. We'll get to all of it. 3HL presented by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com. Broadcasting live in Hendersonville, J Street Korean Grill and Bar. Come see us, 261 Indian Lake Boulevard. Buddy Allen Carpet One. You can save big right now at Buddy Allen Carpet One Floor and Home. All types of flooring from carpet to waterproof and tile are on sale up to 50% with available 18-month interest-free financing, and with their price match guarantee, they will not be undersold. Buddy Allen Carpet One Floor and Home, your local source for the best price on all types of flooring. Stop by Buddy Allen's store in Donaldson, 2405 Lebanon Pike, over there by Kirby, and you can see more details and see their fantastic selection of flooring. 615-883-3289, BuddyAllenCarpet1.com.
Are you looking to buy a new home? Need cash now instead of having to wait for your current house to sell? Don't get ripped off by one of those I buy your house people. Call Loan Pronto today. They have a Dream Home Bridge loan going on, and they can help you tap into your equity into your home so that you get the cash out that you need so you can make a clean offer on that new house or maybe an investment property, whatever you want to do. Get the cash to cover your down payment with this amazing program from Loan Pronto. No contingency. And then when your current house sells, the bridge loan completely disappears. Call them now. Loan Pronto. LoanPronto.com. 615-499-5780 is the number. LoanPronto.com at 615-499-5780. Loan Pronto Equal Housing Lender. NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org.
Good evening. I'm Joe Hunk. You have Monday Night Football supposed to be happening tonight, and it still may, but it just may be a little bit later than originally intended. Adam Schefter is reporting that there is now a shelter-in-place warning currently around MetLife Stadium, and that this could actually delay and or disrupt the entire game between the Bills and the Jets. Right now, no players or personnel are permitted on the field, and if this does go away, then most likely players in the teams are not going to be able to warm up or do any other rituals before getting on the field, and we'll keep you updated on that as it continues. If you're planning for next weekend's Vols and Vanderbilt game. Kentucky and Vanderbilt are going to be kicking off at 11 a.m. on SEC Network on September 23rd, and UTSA and Tennessee are going to kick off at 3 p.m. as well directly after that. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
$3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful Monday in the Music City. A lot of people reacting to that 16-15 Titans loss in New Orleans, and you certainly have that opportunity here on a 3HL Therapy Session Monday as we broadcast live from J Street Korean Grill and Bar in Hendersonville. Very, very cool place. There is a drop-in daycare right next door. How about that? And a big hockey store, if you're into that, right next door. Hobby Lobby, if you want to make like crafts and stuff. Just a couple of doors down. There's a lot of stuff here. But inside, we are having a great time. Largest TV in Hendersonville. Everybody think that's true?
Yeah, well, I think the world.
Largest one outside of Nissan Stadium in the state of Tucson, in the state of Tennessee.
Might be right. Definitely. We'll be playing all the NFL games here, including the local team, college football. If you're looking to watch that game tonight, certainly you have the option. They have booths in here with TVs in the booths, and you can control that.
In the booths.
They have a great bar. There are people at the bar drinking in front of us, which normally happens when we do shows at places like this. And there are 5 beautiful televisions behind the bar. And it is exceptionally clean looking back there. And the food is phenomenal. Everybody is partaking.
Yes, they are.
Slay was here for a couple hours eating.
Yeah, 2 hours. Be excited.
Kirby's got a bowl. Ecky Bop's got a bowl. Hunk's got a bowl.
The world's got a bowl.
All right, Oprah.
You get a bowl.
Ron Slay is here.
I'm in the building.
Starting no roof protocol.
We need to hurry up and start it.
Engaging no roof protocol. This show ain't got no roof. In T-minus 3, 2, 1. Welcome Ronald Sylvester Slay.
Ronald Sylvester Slay is here.
I'm a Sylvester in the building. I'm getting a Parsley together right now, so if they think I'm a little delayed, Parsley coming up next, man.
And that happens on Zone TV only. You can watch the show live there, including the Parsley, which will happen in the next break.
So enough phone to get down.
If he gets it done in time.
Oh, I'm ready.
YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Evan and Bank chat is open there. 3HL presented by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com. Here's the thing about J Street Korean Grill and Bar.
Talk to us, Yor.
It is a very creative option for you to eat lunch, dinner. You sit at the table, and you can do it this way, or you can do it the way that I explained with Kirby, Ecky Bop, and Hunk. They all have bowls of food. Like, they could do that, or you can cook yourself your meal at your own table.
That's like what Big Slay did. Cook my own meal. I cook my own meal. I cook my own meal.
I got you, bro.
Thank you.
261 Indian Lake Boulevard. 261 Indian Lake Boulevard. Congrats to Novak Djokovic, who won his 24th Grand Slam title. He was walking around with a Kobe Bryant shirt after with the number 24. Apparently, they were really good friends. He's won 14 of the last 22 slams and 4 of the last 6.
Whew.
Dude keeps getting older, like all of us, but he keeps winning.
Getting better, though, yeah.
Like a lot of us.
Can we get some love up to the other one? Coco Gauff?
19-year-old American Coco Gauff won the U.S. Open. That is her first Grand Slam title. She said she wants to keep rolling. She wants to win as many as she can.
Rolling. Gotta keep on rolling.
I was at a place with a bunch of TVs, and that match was on. And when she won, the entire restaurant/bar went nuts. And I was wondering, honestly, how many people were paying attention to tennis while all this college football was going on in the NFL.
Now, you have to.
It was college football that day, Saturday. Yep.
You have to, man. Like y'all
So cool.
asked me. Yeah, that's dope, man. We need that. We need more of that.
Dope man.
See, now you're doing the sing-alongs. See what I'm saying?
I do it
It's
all the time.
contagious. Yes, you do.
Saints win 16-15. What's your biggest concern coming out of that deal? Mine was I'm really concerned about Ryan Tannehill now. Should I be, or should I just wait? I know Coach Mack will tell me when I bring that up to him to keep my powder dry.
Yep.
But, man, I saw an uncomfortable quarterback in some decent pockets.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, though, Euro.
Yeah.
I think most definitely. Concern is a good word. I think that's a good word because that's not panic. That's not,
I'm not panicking.
Yeah,
It's
you're
one
not
game.
throwing away.
One
It's
game.
one. Yeah, I think that is a great word. So yes, to me, your answer, your concern is warranted without question because you got to go off what you see. Me, I'm concerned with other parts outside of what was glaring because Tannehill. I think they can be fixed. Will it be fixed? That remains to be seen. I do have faith in it being fixed. I think it is week 1. I keep saying to myself, 16 teams had to lose. It's going to be plenty of things to right the ship on this journey, and this is one of them. You know, you got to take care of the ball. They preach that. They understand that. You got to be able to look things off. I think Tim Kelly did call a solid game. I think the defense played a solid game. No, above solid game, if I'm talking about the defense. To be able to get backed up, them have the ball that many times.
You give up 16 points, you should win.
And only one tutty, I'm fine with it.
Every other team that gave up 16 or less yesterday won.
Yeah, and
except for the Titans.
I guarantee the people had the ball with less possession time than the Saints did, and probably gave up more. So, I'm cool, man. I'm saying it's one game, and I think they'll get back to where they need to be. Just like to be able to correct things with wins more so than losses, but sometimes the losses are needed, and maybe this is a wake-up call.
We'll jump into some college football with Chris Lowe coming up at 5:20. 615-737-1045. You want to go back to the phones? Mm-hmm. 3HL therapy session. What do the people out there think? What do you want them to proclaim when they call in?
I want them to let us know what you're calling as. Are you calling as a fanatic? Are you calling as an analyst? Are you calling as a Titans on board, never getting off type fan? That's what I need to know. Like, it's different perspectives that we're going to take, and we need to know how to rebuttal, even if it's not a rebuttal. Maybe we just need to be an ear for you, and that's understandable as well.
That's definitely true. We are here for anything you need. How about that? We're here for you. Mark is in Carthage, Zeph. Let's go to Mark in Carthage. Mark, what's up?
Ron Slay in the building.
Hey,
How's
what's
it
happening,
going?
baby?
Go Vandy.
Hey, guess what?
Oh,
I
yeah.
rolled with y'all against Wake too, dog.
Yeah, you did, and we
I
need
rolled with y'all.
them at 3-1 after this weekend.
Well, here's my thing. I guess I'm calling in as an analyst, but I'm also calling in as ride or die. I ain't going nowhere. But if you want to fix Ryan Tannehill, you want to fix Malik Willis, or whoever else you put at quarterback, turn around and get the ball to 22. He had 17 touches, 4.3 yards a carry, 27 yards a catch, and half the time in the first half, he ain't even on the field. That's what I'm frustrated about. Turn around and give it to your horse. Guys, y'all have a good day. I'm going to referee a high school ball game, and I'll holler at y'all later.
Yeah, it is.
Awesome, man. Yeah, he had 12 carries for 61 yards, 2 carries into the second half, and ended with 15 for 63.
That's tough. That's tough. I would like to see more usage of King Henry. This is, especially if that's the identity of this team, physicality. He provides that. That's what you want to see. I thought that was going away from that a little bit, but you got a lot of shiny new toys out there. You're trying to figure them out, man. It's gonna take time, but we gotta not rush it. But let's get it going.
So out of 56 offensive plays, he was on the field for 30 of them.
Yeah, that's tough.
615-737-1045 at 3HL1045 on Twitter. Let's go to Springfield. Jerry is next on this 3HL Monday therapy session. Jerry, what's up?
Hey, I was just going to talk about a little bit of offensive stuff, the way they called the plays and everything, and the way they got away from Henry. I don't understand that by no means. He was doing great in the first half. Why get away from him? And I didn't care for the play call. As far as offensive went, I didn't care for it at all. Tannehill, yeah, he did not do too good, but this is the first game, and I was hoping, I'm hoping that was just a play game, just to run some calls and see how everything was going, if it's going to work or not. I hope this was just one of those games that they were just going to test and see. And I'll hang up and listen to y'all.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, brother.
Yep. I'm right there with him.
615-737-1045. My concern with Ryan Tannehill, I mean, you can just look at the numbers and understand. 16 of 34, so 16 completions, 18 incompletions.
Yeah.
47%.
That ain't going to get it.
Remember when he took over for Mariota, he finished the season 70%.
Yeah. Yeah, we need that. We need that repeat.
198 yards, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
Was that lightning in the bottle after Mariota?
It was weird. Some of the stuff that Kevin Dyson was saying, man, Dyson is so on point, man.
Mm-hmm.
And on Titans Talk Back, got me thinking. So now, like, then we were comparing Ryan Tannehill to Marcus Mariota, and he had taken his job, right? Like, so now we're comparing Ryan Tannehill to that Ryan Tannehill. Because that half a season in the net, or more, a little more than half a season, and then the next season he was number 2 in the NFL in passer rating.
Right.
Number 2 in the entire league.
Yeah. You know he can get the job done. We just need go get it done. It's that simple.
Can he though? Or are we looking at older Chuck and Duck QB now?
Hey.
It's one game. I'm not defining him as that. I'm just saying these are some of the things that pop into my concerned head.
Yeah. You got the right. You got the right after what you saw. You got the right to ask those questions.
That first year when he took over for Mariota, 70% completion percentage, 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. The next year, 66% completion percentage, almost 4,000 yards passing, 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. So that 28-game stretch, 55 touchdowns, 13 picks. Woo, baby.
Whoa, Nelly.
Whoa, Nelly. Chargers coming to town this weekend. 3.5-point favorite over the Titans. We'll talk more college football when we come back. Tennessee with the win over Austin Peay. You were there. I'll bet there were some uneasy, frustrated Vol fans in that building.
Is that the word?
That's non-curse word.
Ooh, yes.
And then Texas with the win over Alabama. What does that look like for Alabama moving forward? Also, Florida and Tennessee coming up this weekend. A lot to get to with Chris Lowe. That's next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
What's up? What's happening, good people? You know what it is. It's Ron Slay, man. I'm bringing you Superbook Sports, man. Yeah, it was a little struggle this weekend on the Parsley. But, hey, you could have went against the Parsley and got some money, too. So, regardless, you win or lose. But first and foremost, you got to go download the Superbook Sports app. Yes, do that. Or visit Superbook.com to start placing your wagers and winning today. You understand the most trusted name in Vegas is Superbook, and it's right here in Tennessee. You can put it right there in the palm of your hand. You can now also, with the promo code SLAY, go score up to $250 with your first bet bonus. That's win or lose. They will match your first bet up to $250. Promo code SLAY. Don't forget to type that in. You got futures you can bet on. You got prop bets you can bet on. You can put it all into one big bundle. Whatever you want to do, you can do it, man, with Superbook Sports. And you can make sure you stay glued to Zone TV right here on 3HL. It's coming up right after this segment. We're going to do the Parsley. Get that out there. Get it popping for you about tonight. Visit Superbook.com for terms and conditions. You got a gambling problem, we got a number you can call. That's 1-800-889-9789. You know the motto, baby. Book it. Wait. Okay, yeah, I'm good. All right. What's happening, man? The Parsley, like I promised you, is right here. It's coming to you. Make sure you go download the Superbook Sports app so you can get it dialed in. If you do, it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to give you some winners, man. Here go the winners right here. This is where we're going. We're going to combine it. I went on and put 100 on. I'm just gonna be honest. Put 100 on the money line for New York Jets tonight in the Monday Night Football matchup against Buffalo at home. I think they handle business. But here's a parlay for you. I'm going Baltimore Orioles money line, Tampa Bay Rays money line, Houston Astros money line, and then I'm throwing the Jets in there on the back end money line. That's gonna get you up to plus 769. Hey, that's real easy, real simple to do, man. You know the motto, baby. Let me tell you again, because y'all say I go too fast. Orioles money line, Tampa Bay money line, Astros money line, New York Jets money line. Gets you a plus 769. That's the motto. Book it.
3HL 104.5, The Zone. Prince Orty, Ron Slay with you. Don Davenport will be back tomorrow. I hope. I think.
She should be.
Broadcasting live in Hendersonville, J Street Korean Grill and Bar, and a lot of people are filling up the bar, and we appreciate that. There's some orange on over there. This is the kind of week where, like, Vol fan wears orange every day.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? You can wear any color you want to wear. Represent your team, man.
What does your shirt read?
VOLS Vols.
What logo's on my shirt?
Tennessee.
You didn't even notice, did you?
I did. I saw it when you walked up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I peeped you.
Okay. All right.
I got you. I'm on you, y'all.
Yeah. We've got at least 2 Go Vols guys in here, right?
Yeah. They're feeling it. What's up, Vols? What's happening? Things are good. 2-0.
Things are good.
Yeah, things are good. It's a little Jerry Green right there.
Hey. Chris Lowe joins us from ESPN.com. Chris, what's up? How are you?
I'm great. It's good to be with you guys. How are things there in the big city?
Just working our way through what happened in New Orleans in the Big Easy, 16-15 Titans lost. But we're glad to talk a little college football with you right now. And Deion Sanders continues to be the story, and it's interesting. I watched all of that game as I was flipping around, but nothing with Nebraska in the second quarter, and then they figured it out, and they ran them 36-14. So Colorado has now eclipsed their win total from last season 2 weeks into this season.
Can you imagine, guys, if somebody would have told you in 1st of August, sometime this summer, that the Pac-12 would have 3 or 4 teams that were top 10-ish teams, Utah, USC, Washington, Oregon, all in the top 12. And yet none of those 4 would be the biggest story in the Pac-12, that Deion and Colorado would be. Think about that. No one would have bought that. And here they are, I think to this point you could easily say they're the most entertaining team in college football. And the way they played, the way Shedeur Sanders has played, and Travis Hunter, and playing with that obvious, whether it's real, perceived, or whatever it is, a chip on their shoulder, they've just made what was already a really good, strong Pac-12 that much better. I mean, they've been the best conference in football to this point. It's not even close.
They are so much fun to watch. Like I tell people, like, if you haven't seen Colorado, it's not just like some smoke and mirror thing. Like, watch them play. They're so much fun. Texas and Bama. Texas wins 34-24. I said last Monday after I went down to Tuscaloosa and watched MTSU and Alabama that I had concerns at the quarterback position, just in terms of decision making. I saw a lot of one-read scripted stuff, and I was wondering if he could get through reads and things like that. And then you see on 3rd down and long, Texas just kind of umbrella coverage that, force him to run. He runs for 15 yards, and then they punt. That happened over and over again. Also, the running backs, coming off that huge season last year, McClellan and Williams, 18 carries, 57 yards, and McClellan had 14 yards on his first 2 carries. So I think that's a problem too. What are you seeing from this Alabama team? What are you seeing from Texas? Quinn Ewers looked great.
Well, Texas was the better team. I thought they're the most talented team on that field. Now, what's going to happen 6 weeks from now, I don't know. But there was nothing fluky about that game. Texas just played better. They were better. Had more speed, had more skill at the receiver position. Certainly, Ewers was the best quarterback on the field. And they couldn't, Alabama could not protect him, Milroe. Milroe's certainly – here's the 2 things that Alabama has to do this year, or had to do, and still has to do if they're going to be a contender in the playoff, because they're not out of it. They can still get to the SEC championship game and win. I think get in the playoff. But they had to do 2 things. They had to run the football. They had to run the football and protect Milroe and not put him in a lot of those types of situations you were talking about. They didn't do that last night. Or the other night. The second thing is Milroe could not turn the ball over. They barely beat A&M last year when he started, and he turned the football over 3 times. And really the other night, even though I thought Texas was the better team, those 2 turnovers, the turnovers are what turned that game around. Because to that point, Alabama was sort of hanging in there doing, for the most part, what it needed to do to have a chance to win that game. But when they turned the football over those couple times, Texas took advantage of that, and it was game over.
Yeah, interception 1 led to 3 points. Interception 2 led to 7 points, and that's the margin of victory, 10. So,
CeeLo, what did you think, real quick? What did you think about the bully ball we were expecting Alabama to be able to get out and play this year? Like, remember we were coming into the season and everybody was saying, man, we expect Alabama and Saban to get back to that bread and butter. Let's get back to ground and pound and get back to moving people up front. We still haven't seen any of that. And I'm saying outside of just the Texas game, like Euro was able to go down and watch them play when they played MTSU. He kind of felt the same way.
Yeah, 23% of their runs, Chris, against MTSU were at or behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you're going to run a football, you still got to have the ability to throw. I don't care how good you are up front offensively. I don't care if you got Barry Sanders back there. You better at least have some semblance of a throw game, because otherwise teams are going to do exactly what Texas did, and they're going to say, you know what, we're not going to let you. We're just going to absolutely take the throw away. We're going to come after the quarterback. We're going to sell out because we don't believe you can run the football. And until Alabama can prove they can against a good team, then we're going to see more of the same. Certainly when Bama plays better teams and better defenses. So to me, how much can Milroe grow? Can they find ways? Can Tommy Rees find ways to use him and put him in positions to play to his strengths? Because he's not – this is no revelation, guys. He's not a guy that's going to stand back in the pocket and beat you throwing the football.
Yeah.
That's not his game. So they better be able to find ways to use him where he can play to his strengths. And those guys up front, it's on those guys. They have got to get to the point where they can come off the football and Bama can run it. 2nd and 5 with Milroe, 2nd and 4, 2nd and 6. He's a dynamic enough athlete where then his ability to get on the corner and run the football becomes a lot more of a threat than 2nd and 9, 2nd and 10, certainly 3rd and 10. And so those are the things they got to do. They didn't play great on defense either. They missed some tackles. They gave up some big plays. I thought really Texas' skill people on offense looked a little bit more dynamic and a little faster than Alabama's skill people on defense. And I don't think getting pressure on Ewers is what Kevin Still or anybody on that Alabama defensive side wanted to do or do it as well. So there's a lot to work on. I still think Alabama's a good team. I think they've got talent. It's not like they got to just all of a sudden, regroup and figure out we're going to have to play all these young guys because we don't have talented guys. They've got a talented football team, but they're going to have to put it together and do some of these things that we just talked about. Or we're looking at maybe the first 3-loss team in the regular season that Saban's ever had since his first year.
Yeah. Man, Chris Lowe with us, senior writer for ESPN. CeeLo, let's transition. Let's go on up on Rocky Top, man. I was up there, an uneasy feeling, and we talk about Alabama and them being able to move and what the running game brings to the passing game. Well, you're seeing that in the running game up there at Tennessee. Like Jalen Wright, what's my man? Back up. Just Jabari Small. You see them having their way up front, getting yards. What was your takeaways from that Tennessee game, man?
That they were sloppy. It just looked lack focus. And maybe part of that was the delay. I don't know, but probably walked in thinking, all right, he and Scotty Waldron are going to roll over. Well, they didn't. Those guys played aggressive. They went for it. They went out, and Tennessee just didn't respond very well early. And well, I tell you what, that type of attitude, they better be glad they were playing Austin Peay and weren't playing anybody in the SEC because they would have been in trouble. Mm-hmm. But they just didn't look very crisp, really, in a lot of parts of the game. And again, you get away with that against Austin Peay. You don't get away with that against most SEC teams. I do think they'll play better this weekend. The thing about Josh Heupel's teams, two things. Number one, that really was sort of the outlier the other night. When they have typically – under him, when they're supposed to beat teams and teams that are clearly inferior in talent level, they almost always have beaten up on those teams. They didn't do that Saturday night. The other thing is his teams have come back strong after losses or after games that they didn't play well. And I would expect that Tennessee will do that. But, Milton, it's easy, I think, to sort of nitpick a little bit with him because you had 2 years ahead of Hooker, and Hooker was so good and so consistent and so efficient in that offense. Well, Joe Milton ain't Hendon Hooker. And so if he misses a layup type throw or an intermediate type throw or looks a little bit too amped up, I think probably all of us are guilty of saying, well, that's sort of some of the things he was doing, before Hooker took over. See, I don't think that's the case at all. I think it's way too early first to make any kind of assessment. And I want to see Joe on the road against an SEC team. I don't know how good Florida is, but certainly they have talent. And I want to see how he handles that environment, handles defenses that are really going to be able to come after him and check and do some different things. I think that, to me, is one of the bigger, more intriguing parts of this game Saturday. And if Florida can sort of show a pulse. I mean, Billy Napier, 3 games into his second season at Florida, is fighting a lot of things. I think, number one, you look across the line of scrimmage and say, and Gator fans are saying this, I've heard it, well, gosh, Josh Heupel in year 2 takes Tennessee to 11 wins and an Orange Bowl win. So why can't we do that at Florida in year 2? And, oh, by the way, around the state, Miami looks like they've sort of got it rolling in the right direction. Mm-hmm. Certainly Mike Norvell at Florida State has it rolling in the right direction. So there's a lot of things working against Billy Napier in Florida right now, which in my mind makes this game Saturday, their home opener in the SEC, really, really critical for him and the trajectory of that program.
Yeah, Tennessee defensively starting to take note. I get opponent, but 11 sacks, tied for number 1 in the country with Nebraska. Chris, 25 tackles for a loss, number 1 in the country. What's been different defensively for Tennessee?
Well, they finished the season last year strong, Brent, on defense. Mm-hmm. They really did. And I thought that was something that set the tone for them going into the offseason. I think those guys got tired of hearing about how they were the weak link. Tennessee went out. They brought in some guys. Now, it hurts them not having the linebacker from BYU.
Right.
That really limits them at linebacker. They can't get anybody else hurt right now. That's a problem, I think, going forward. But you're seeing some newer guys that they brought in, they've developed. I think there's more speed on defense this year. They've got some more depth, although I don't think there's a whole lot of depth at linebacker. And a defensive line, Rodney Garner's guys are really playing well. They're getting after it. They're aggressive. They're coming after the other team. They're playing an up-tempo style of defense, much like they play on offense. I think that's the thing that seems to mesh well. And when you get off the field on defense and give it an offense like Tennessee's maybe 2 or 3 more possessions a game, that makes a big difference. I think that's another thing to watch for Saturday night, is if Tennessee can get off the field and get that ball back to its offense, because Florida's going to do everything it can to keep the ball and play possession and not let Tennessee's offense have extra possessions in that game.
Man, CeeLo, you gave a perspective, man, just sitting here listening, and I was texting with Ural and Babsy coming back from Knoxville and talking about the situation with Joe Milton and how he'll be pointed at. It was interesting, man, watching. I had the opportunity to watch the game with Carl Pickens, man. One of your guys, man. That was my first introduction to Carl Pickens. First of all, he looked like he can still get out there and run a route and truck some cornerbacks. So let me throw that out there first. But it was interesting to hear him talk about the receivers, and when you get the moniker wide receiver U, how much his perspective was, if you're a receiver, your job is to help your quarterback, regardless of where the ball is thrown. If you have a catch radius and it hits 2 hands, you got to come in with it. If you're a wide receiver U, and you just put 3 guys in the NFL under this system with 3 more guys behind them that are supposed to have the potential to do the same thing. So that's what he made me push back on, because I was like, man, Milton was a little late on throws and that. He said, no, man, the receivers got to help him too. That's part of their job.
I'd say Carl Pickens knows a little bit about playing receiver. He's as naturally gifted a guy as I've ever seen at receiver that come through Tennessee. He's right, though. I mean, the guys, they've got to help Joe, and they've got to be maybe a little bit more precise with their routes. They've got to be able, when there's a check or the defense is showing something, they've got to be able to break some things off. I think Squirrel White's another guy doing things after the catch, because teams are going to do everything they can to try to take away the deep ball from Joe Milton. Everybody knows he can throw it a million miles. So they don't want Joe to throw it over the top of their head. So they're going to probably back those safeties up and say, okay, if you can beat us with intermediate routes, underneath stuff, crossing stuff, which is a little bit more precision, and it as Carl was telling you, is a little bit more that chemistry between quarterback and receiver, and having the timing down, rhythm, all those things, which is a little bit tougher. That guys like a Squirrel White, can they do stuff after the catch? So he's a guy to me that's perfect for that role. Get him in space, get him the football, see if he can make some people miss and turn, 7, 8, 9, 10 yard routes into 20, 25, 30-yard games. And I think that is another thing where, just like Carl was talking to you about, Slay, is these guys can do a lot more to help Milton in the passing game.
Chris Lowe with us on 3HL every Monday to kind of walk through what happened over the weekend and take an early look at the next week. Chris, appreciate it, man. It's going to be a fun week. Thank you.
I look forward to it, guys.
All right, at CeeLo ESPN, Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you. Broadcasting live in Hendersonville, J Street Korean Grill and Bar. I got one of those spicy chicken rice balls. Really, really good.
Hey.
Perfect place for you to watch games. There's a big game on tonight, the biggest TV in Hendersonville in here. Brand new place, J Street Korean Grill and Bar. More next as we continue to walk through what happened in the Big Easy. Titans fall in the opener, 16-15. More of your phone calls next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. We all know someone who thinks they have the best life hacks. You know them, I know them, we all know them. Things like opening a can with a spoon or using your wireless hotspot for your internet at home. But what those hot spotters don't know is that there's a much better hack out there. See, Xfinity gives you 99.9% reliable internet, so you don't have to settle for using your phone for home internet. It means more gaming, streaming, and looking up other life hacks on your connected devices. It's time for real home internet, the next generation Xfinity 10G network. The future starts now. Now through September 21st, get 75 megabit internet on the Xfinity 10G network for $20 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. And ask about how you can get one of free lines of unlimited mobile when you upgrade to 400 megabit internet. Go to Xfinity.com/10G. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Equipment, taxes, and fees are extra. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. After the promotion, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary. Favorite band.
He ain't wrong.
He ain't wrong. How about this? Ari Mirov? Mirov?
Okay.
With the story, Chargers running
Yeah,
back. It
just
doesn't
go with
matter.
that. Just go with that.
It doesn't matter, especially when I read this. Chargers running back Austin Eckler dealing with an ankle injury he suffered during Sunday's game against Miami, per head coach Brandon Staley. His status for practice this week is unclear as of now. I think he had 117 yards somewhere in there.
You want me to make it clear? I'll make it clear for everybody. He playing. That man playing.
He's going to
Ankle?
play?
Yeah, hell yeah. Ankle? Nah. It's unclear for practice.
I'm totally with you on that.
Like, this too early in the season, man.
That's exactly what I was
If he
gonna
ain't
say.
in no boot, no, man. Put him in a boot, then I'll be like, oh, man, we might got
Maybe
action.
he is in a boot. I don't know that he's not in
They
a
need to
boot.
show me a picture then.
I don't know that he's not in a boot.
Because I ain't biting. It's too early.
Maybe he's in a boot. Maybe he's not in a boot. I don't know if he's in a boot.
Maybe it's called chess. Maybe it's called poker. Poker face.
It's a good song.
It is a good song.
Does not mean what you think it means.
No,
Yeah,
yes, it does.
No, it
yes,
doesn't.
It does, huh?
No, it doesn't.
A
It's
poker
not,
face does mean what you think
no,
it means. Yes,
no,
it does.
that song does not mean what you think it means.
Oh, I thought you.
Well,
I'm talking
Cake
about
by
me.
the Ocean doesn't either.
Well, I realize that, but I'm just letting you know before you just listen to it in the car with the kids.
If you stay away from it, it won't go in people's minds, huh?
If you build it, they will come.
Absolutely.
You were talking about Tennessee's run game. Real quick, a couple of notes on that. Running back Jalen Wright, 13 carries, 118 yards. He's got 2 games played this year, 2 100-yard rushing games. You know how many he had in his previous 2 seasons at Tennessee?
How many?
2.
Wow.
So now he has 4. Half of them are this year. He's averaging, Slay, 9.3 yards per carry.
Come on, man. Give him the rock. Feed the beast. What about what's Jabari doing behind him? That's what I want to know. You got to
He's
start
at
including
like
him.
7 yards per
That's
carry.
crazy, man. I love it. Get them light boxes, man. Take advantage of it.
Linebacker Aaron Beasley against Austin Peay.
Everywhere.
9 tackles, 2 sacks, 5 tackles for a loss.
That man everywhere, man. That man is everywhere, dude. Everywhere. Football game, Kirby. You don't punish the people for who they play. If we would have lost, everybody would have been saying, Georgia State.
I mean, Florida just played McNeese State.
Hey, handle what's in front of you regardless. We don't make it. We just pay the check. Come on up here and play. You want some? Come get some. Give us your all.
Well, plus, when you schedule teams, you don't know that they're going to be bad or good or anything.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Austin Peay, but I am talking about Virginia.
Yeah, anybody. Virginia. James Madison, man.
Yeah.
I said that, too. I knew James Madison is a good program, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, boy, I don't know if you're used to riding up there on the coast, going up towards the east, but you can see James Madison right there off the interstate. Man, beautiful, beautiful campus, football field right there. But when it's cold, I don't know how they play. It's freezing up there.
That's a team that's going to be playing in January for an FCS championship.
It is, dog.
Yes.
They got a really good program, man.
The Coach's Show, Mike Vrabel, is coming up next. By the way, the host of that show is the voice of the Titans. We call him Vaught, voice of Tennessee Titans. Mike Keith. Happy birthday, Mike Keith. Today is Mike Keith's birthday. Yes, today is Mike Keith's birthday. Happy birthday, Vaught. Also, John Glennon's birthday today.
As a gift to the Vaught, we gave him an angry Coach Vrabel.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Take this.
Have fun, big man.
Have a blast. Who's taking this pen? It's a blue pen sitting on our desk.
Do you know how childish I am? I literally, and it just didn't come out of my mouth, but it was in my head when you said, who's taking this pen? D's.
Well done. That's all I can
So
tell
then
you.
I thought about it and still said it.
Yeah, it's good. Good. Just let it flow.
Let yourself go.
Let it go.
No, do not. No.
Slow and low.
We got to bring it back, huh?
See, you went freaking Frozen, and I went Beastie Boys.
We all right there in the same realm.
No, they're nowhere near each other.
That's true, too.
Kevin in Hoptown wants to talk about Joe Milton. Kevin, what's up, man?
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Doing good, bro. What's happening?
Not much. Slay, I know you're a loyal ball for life, but Joe Milton, do you think he's really a good starting quarterback in college? I'm not convinced. Don't they have a backup who's a 5-star recruit, Nico something?
Yeah, Nico Iabaliava.
Okay, I think it's probably
There you
time
go.
to start getting him warmed up and getting him in there because it seems like Joe's got a cannon for an arm, but you can't hit them underneath receivers for anything. I'll just ask y'all, your opinion, whether you think maybe it's time to get Nico out there and play a little bit.
I really think that Josh Heupel was caught in something on Saturday. I think they wanted to get him reps, but there's no way you could have brought him in that game. It was 23-13 in the fourth quarter. You bring him in, then you're saying something, and you ain't saying something yet.
Right. And in my opinion, man, I do not want to see Nico at all this year except in cleanup time, because for the simple fact, you're going to have him for 2 more years after this, and that's it. Can you imagine what his development is going to be like, him sitting behind Joe Milton and watching, regardless of wins and losses this season?
It needs to go well.
Boy, imagine what he's going to look like next year without being thrust into the fire in SEC play.
With negative experience.
Yeah, like, and having to pull this team up out of the ashes if they were to go down. No, you don't want that at all. Let him come in next year with a clean slate with his receivers, with that guy Carr, and all these receivers they got coming in. Dog, it's going to be a totally different experience, and then we can get a full get the potential out of Nico for the next 2 years. I do not want him in there. I do not want him
Appreciate
in there.
the call, Kevin. Yeah,
No
Joe Milton, 21 of 33, 228, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's 64%. He also had a rushing touchdown, so 3 scores against Austin Peay. He has now gone 207 pass attempts as a Tennessee quarterback without an interception.
Yeah, ball security. That's
16 touchdowns, no picks.
And they did say that a team-only meeting was called.
Yeah, I saw
throw
that
out there. Joe Milton, they said he did take responsibility for that game. That's what you want to see as far as leadership goes in it. But also, like I just said earlier, man, the receivers got to help. That ball is hitting you in 2 hands. You got to come up with it. If basketball aspect, if my point guard is throwing me the ball, throwing me lobs, if it's in my catch radius, I'm not going to tell him, hey, you got to put it right here or I ain't catching it. I want that opportunity to keep coming back to me, build the chemistry up. I want that ball. It's in my catch radius. Get it to me. I'm going to make it happen.
Our thanks to J Street Korean Grill and Bar. If you didn't make it out here, definitely try this place out in Hendersonville, 261 Indian Lake Boulevard, J Street Korean Grill and Bar. Nashville Soccer Club, 104.5 The Zone and Cumulus Radio, joining forces to kick childhood cancer throughout the month of September. There is an auction going on for just today. Need to get online, give.vanderbilthealth.org, and check it out. Also in the Twitter handle for 3HL. Coach's Show, Mike Vrabel coming up next. Appreciate y'all listening. Good night. God bless.
See, you wouldn't want to be you.
No 3HL after party, but it's still brought to you by Waken 180.